slipstream dance, taking the corners in a high-speed trance. Through the chicane, it's side by side. On MotorMouth, there's nowhere to sun's going down and the rig is on. iRacing is where I belong. Discord's lit and the drivers are here. On a MotorMouth broadcast, there's no room for fear. Green flag drops and the engines roar. 40 cars and we all want more. Mash the gases, we're on the line. Four wide and we're feeling fine. Drifting close in a slipstream dance, taking the corners in a high-speed trance. Through the chicane, it's side by side. On MotorMouth, there's nowhere to White flag, need a perfect lap. All gas, no brakes to close that gap. Checkered waves in the race is won. Another battle is over and done. Cheers to the booth, hope they like the show. Victory lane is all I know. Sun's going down and the rig is on. iRacing is where I belong. Discord's lit and the drivers are here. On a MotorMouth broadcast, there's no room for fear. Green flag drops and the engines roar. 40 cars and we all want more. Mash the gases, we're on the line. Four wide and we're feeling fine.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome.
Hey, Leo.
good, man. How are you? Oh yeah, Lataro, Mr. Over-Aggressive. Yeah, it really wasn't that fun racing with him. He doesn't know how to race that clean. He likes to put his nose in there when you're, he races every lap like it's the last lap, And yeah, we've had some beef. We've gotten into each other, taking each other out. It's been a year. Hopefully he's thought about it, but I doubt it. He's a young kid. I'm an old man, and I'm sure the issues will still be there. So we'll see. Neither of us are running for a championship, so it could get a little interesting.
Hell yeah.
It's kind of square because it's been such a long time I don't remember. I just remember him dumping me out of a race when I was leading that Bristol going through lap cars. And that was the only reason he caught me, and he came up behind me and just turned me. Ended my race with, man, there couldn't have been 30 laps to go. Had the race in the bag. No, he's quick. He's definitely quick, and that's the thing. He's quick enough he doesn't have to drive like that, but he's just not that smart.
Steve, you could go to the Steve, you could go to the XCAL Racing WebShop and get yourself a lamb burrito pillow and have your own personal punching bag if you wanted.
If I had it, I would just sit on it. And probably scrub it, grab the front and the back, between my ass cheeks. That's what I would do with it. Yeah, my car was strong. I didn't even put everything on it that I wanted to. So yeah, no, I got a real strong car, but the draft is so strong here. Even if you don't have a strong car, and you can just position yourself to stay in the draft, you got a shot to win. So basically, I think you're going to see a lot of pack racing tonight. Everybody bunched up, and that last run is where it'll get interesting. The race will probably be won on pit road, at least for half the field. Whatever there's 14, probably five or six probably will mess up on pits and be out of the race. Everybody else will be right in it. And once somebody goes side by side, it dramatically slows you down, probably about 4/10 a lap. And if you get in a line, you're probably putting another 3/10 onto that, so you can really gain some speed. All right, sounds good, man. Thanks for coming out tonight. Appreciate you guys.
Oh yeah.
Good, how are you? Okay, my mic was off again. Anyway, we got it sorted out now. It keeps shutting my mic off for some reason. That's horrible too, because our last interview was a good one. Probably the best broadcasting I've ever done. Now that you didn't hear it, so first question for you, man, is give me a correct pronunciation on your last name.
Mekis.
It is Mekis. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
I'm a good guesser.
Because
is
it was
Mekis.
pronounced a little differently in the driver's meeting, which had me questioning my.
Aaron doesn't know how to pronounce my name.
Okay, well that's okay. Then.
You're telling me Aaron's
long as we
wrong,
were doing
Brent.
it right. So
Did you just say Aaron is wrong?
I just said he doesn't know how to pronounce my name.
that does not mean he's wrong. It just means that he doesn't know how to pronounce it. That's all.
Yeah.
So yeah. So let's see. So you got pretty much owned the front row here this evening, which is
Jester Racing 1-2.
Yeah. So did you feel like your cars were obviously strong in the heat races, but do you feel like you can stay up front and still do okay on fuel tonight, or are you going to have to settle in and get behind some people and save some fuel?
It's gonna be an interesting race. I mean, you're gonna have to save a little bit of fuel, but it's not gonna be like some of the tracks where you have to like really save fuel.
Right.
So I think it's gonna be a little bit more racy. But again, it's a long race. It's 250 laps. You got to settle in. We're taking 3, maybe 4 pit stops depending on what happens.
Right.
But I mean, the big thing is like at least until the first pit stop is keep everything clean, stay out of anything that might come up, and then after the first pit stop, that's when the strategy kind of starts to come in, and you kind of see where you come out at, where you're at, what you're going to do next, and so on and so forth.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing. I love the 66 car, of course. I love the paint scheme on that car. It's one of my favorites in the league, if I'm being honest. So I look forward to seeing you guys running up front tonight, and good luck for you and your team tonight.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, we're going to keep that 67 car up there in the owner's points.
Yeah,
and,
so you were I haven't looked at the points, honestly. I loaded them up, but I haven't pulled them up yet. You've got a not a huge lead, but a decent little lead, right?
Yeah. Me and Matt have been alternating because our work schedules have been crazy. So me and Matt, this is the first race that me and Matt have gotten to run together with in a while.
Yeah.
So we've been alternating on the 67. So trying to keep that one up there, which we've been able to. So now that Matt's back, I feel very confident in his capabilities of trying to extend that lead tonight.
All right, buddy. Well, it's about game time here. I think we're about 30 seconds away from gridding up, so I'll let you get down there and get ready. And good luck to you and Matt tonight.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Yeah, if you guys get a chance, don't forget the XCAL WebShop. It's got a lot of good merch in it, and I know I've got a ton of merch in there. Matt's got some merch in there.
Yeah, he does. And, I love his color. Well, both of your colors. You got that purple, green. He's got a little gold on his car there. Reminds me of Mardi Gras. I'm originally from New Orleans, so I love them Mardi Gras type colors. And both of you kind of run that.
Theme.
So, all right, man. Yeah, get out there and get yourself gridded up, and we'll hopefully talk to you after the race.
Sounds good. Thanks, man.
Jim, you want to know how you become successful in XCAL. Like, you can truly say that your career in XCAL has been a success. That is when you have your own merch in the XCAL Racing WebShop.
I would have to agree with that, yes.
And, Brent's got a lot in there, so he's been pretty dang successful. I remember when Brent came to XCAL.
Jake, are you back with us yet? Nope, not yet. Jake's dealing with a sick child, unfortunately, so it may be a few minutes before we get him back. But we'll get this grid going here. You want to do the grid tonight, or you want me to do it?
Whatever you want to do. It's your broadcast.
Yes, but you're the honored guest here this evening. I tell you what, we'll let you do it tonight.
Alrighty. You ready now?
Let's do it.
All right, well, we got Matt Baer and Brent Mekis on the front row. Teammates, both are back tonight together. Then we got Charles Joplin and Stephen Rex running third and fourth. They're the grumpy old men. Jose Gardino and Travis Rowland. I've seen Travis, don't know much about him, but Jose, he's a solid guy. Jack McKee and my boy Lamborito. Alex Goodall and Sean Andrews is in 9th and 10th. Let's see here. We got David Mauji. He's an XCAL winner. Rookie season. he's going to be 11th. Ryan Seams, he's going to be 12th. And we got Jason Seams, brother from another mother, literally, running 13th.
But not teammates, apparently. That we got that wrong
No.
last week. We had Ryan on J Dog's team, and that's actually not the case. So we'll learn something new every week here. So that was
I
last
feel like-
week's lesson. Well, look at all that purple and green up in gold up there on the front row, man.
Uh-huh. And, I'm interested because I didn't realize it until Brent said it. Both of them have not been in the same race for quite some time, but they've been sharing at 67, dominating.
Yeah, so this is going to be, this potentially could be a good night for them. Of course, last time we saw Matt Bear on track, I believe he was in the middle of a phenomenal fuel-saving run and ended up getting wrecked there with less than, 20 laps or so to go in the race, I believe.
Well, and the thing is, you gotta go back. He didn't just get wrecked. He let the patience get the better of him.
Well, you're refreshing my memory. I do recall that now. You're right, and let's get this green flag going here, and we'll get into discussing that because I definitely want to revisit that a little bit. As green flag drops, and we're underway.
Now, I've raced personally open setup Iowa just recently, same track. It's fun and it is hard to pass. It is. But tires can definitely get ate up here, to be honest with you, and they do slip and slide quite a bit.
Yeah, apparently during the heat races, coming off of 2 and 4 were incredibly brutal. Apparently those cars were sliding all over the place, and I think the consensus is you got trying to go 3 wide back here. That's early and ambitious, I'll have to say. Here we are, 3 wide at Iowa. It's a wide track, though, and it does kind of lend itself to this type of racing. Usually not quite this early. Usually the tires have to get worn a little bit for people to start searching around 3 wide for a groove. But
And that's what's awesome about open setup, though. I mean, that's
true.
What separates it.
I love it.
See, now Steve, he has he also had a race, and I raced one of his setups in a street stock here just recently. I set my car up a little bit tighter, which I usually don't, and Steve was he was way looser, and it took a little while, but the long term, I was just knocking them over. I mean, I was coming hot. They couldn't believe how fast I was. I thought I was just stoned the whole time and everyone was going slow, but I was going fast. But there is a huge difference in the way you can set your car up. So some of these guys, maybe towards the back, you're going to find them up there later in the runs because we get long runs.
yeah, oh, absolutely. I mean, no doubt we're going to see some green flag pit stops here tonight, I'm sure.
The pit road's tough to get to. I've said before, last year in an XCAL race, they got chunks of rubber bigger than your mama's titties going on the pit road. I mean, they're huge, and they're just skating all over the place. And you might see some guys miss pit road ball, go to the right of it.
Well, we've seen, of course, last week, of course, we had the no pit road speed limit last week, and that sure jumped up and bit Malgi there. Well, bit a couple of guys. There was numerous guys that went through their box, slid through their box, and had to back up. But obviously, it bit Malgi hard. He got sideways going into his box and hit the pit wall and had to back up and turn around and really messed his race up. He had a good race going, and that really got him.
This is somewhere I would like to see no pit road speed limit here because the entrance and stuff, I mean, you can have some crazy finishes off of that.
Yeah, no, I agree. Well, if it was me, if I had any say in it at all, it'd be no pit road speed everywhere. Yeah, and I want to, I do want to apologize to the people out in the broadcast. I usually have my mic set to mute at the beginning of a broadcast so that Jake can talk and I can relay things that need to be said. And I had my mic muted, and of course, Jake was taking care of his child. I did not have my mic unmuted, so that was on me. I apologize for that. And like I said, it's arguably some of the best broadcasting I've ever done. I hated y'all missed it. Clearly it was it was good stuff. But and we did have the interview there with Stephen Rex that apparently I couldn't be heard during that part of the interview, and I'm really curious to see how this Lautaro Lampardi Stephen Rex thing works out. I mean, Rex obviously has big issues with the way the kid drives, and but I mean, he's been gone almost a year. Maybe he comes back and he's a little less aggressive. Maybe he's matured a little bit as a driver. Maybe not. Maybe he's gotten more aggressive.
I mean, that's one of Gerald's drivers. Gerald goes after these feisty, scrappy guys, and I like it. It adds some character. I mean, obviously I'm one of them guys. I like to run people. I like to run people. But I still like the guys that get in there and they piss off the grumpy old guy.
Right.
I don't want to be the grumpy old guy, but I like watching it.
He's running an interesting line, I will say that. He's running right on the edge of the asphalt, the patch and the old asphalt. Well, he was down in I guess that was, let's see where we're at here. That was in 1 and 2, I guess. Yeah. So, no, it was in 3 and 4 last time. He's turned it down to the bottom now. I mean, he's in a fast car. Clearly, that car's fast, and there's plenty of guys over there to certainly share setups and work setups out. So I would, I would think that he's just riding right now, and just getting his groove back a little bit.
And right in front of him, he's actually is his old car, the '91.
Oh, that was his car? Okay.
Yeah, he's driving. That's his teammate, Mr. Alex Goodall. Still hasn't won yet, but he at least compared himself to someone good. Like a Hocelar. He hasn't won yet either. When will it? It's gonna come, but when will it? So it's like, I don't know.
I mean, is it? Is it gonna come?
I mean, maybe.
A lot of people said like Michael Waltrip was gonna win too, and if his last name wasn't Waltrip, he'd have never got the shot to win, probably, because he'd have been gone long before the 462 starts or whatever it was before he got that win. Not that I got anything against Michael. I'm just saying, when he jumped into NASCAR, everybody thought he was going to win too because he was a Waltrip, But in the end, it didn't work out that way for a long time.
No, it's it's the strings that he has attached to him, and it just. Like this guy Cletus going to be racing in NASCAR.
Yeah. Well, he was big buddies with Greg Biffle too. Big buddies with Biffle. So, and
but
him.
He's there because of talent.
He's interesting.
That's the problem.
Yeah. We're going to see. I mean, there's a lot of guys that can get in a car and be reasonably quick, but there's a big difference in being reasonably quick and being competitive at the highest level,
Yeah, I haven't seen anything impressive, and I just feel like he's
he's cutting his teeth at a high level too. Like a lot of those guys get that they learn as they're coming up. He's kind of.
That's the whole point.
He's kind of trying to cut his teeth at the higher levels up there. And that's a hard place to do that. So.
I think whoever's in charge of leading them the way is an idiot, to be honest with you. I mean, I don't agree at all with it.
Well, he's got momentum. I'll give him that. Like between the social media stuff and the stuff he did with Biffle before Biffle passed away, they did some races together and stuff, some charity things. And so he's taking advantage of the opportunity that he's got. And so maybe maybe that's what he needs to do. Just strike while the iron's hot, so to speak. sometimes
mean,
those
I don't blame
opportunities may not come along if people forget about you, you know?
Oh, yeah, hey, I mean, you'd be a fool to say no. You're obviously going to say yes. It's like, can't be mad at him. I just don't. I think it's we got bad enough influences today in racing. The sport of racing has changed for the worst, I think. And NASCAR has been the biggest demise to racing, I believe. They don't even have a rule anymore where you dump a guy and you go to the tail end to figure it out with that guy. You get to keep your spot. That's allowing the dirty driving.
I mean, it is, but there's a lot of people that would say that they allowed the dirty driving back in the day when NASCAR was heading towards its most popular time. You know, the era,
yes.
the Earnhardt era, and that time period, they kind of encouraged that kind of behavior to some degree. You know, they didn't send you to the back if you dumped somebody necessarily, especially if you made it look good. You know, so I don't know. I mean, you know, I don't disagree that NASCAR is not doing certainly not doing NASCAR any good. You know. And it's, you know, the thing is that NASCAR has its own fan base. There are people that cross over and will watch, you know, IndyCar or sports car racing or whatever. But for the most part, you know, NASCAR fans stick to NASCAR, you know, and we just don't, you know, have. There's not an alternate. There's not an alternative out there for NASCAR. Because I believe that a lot of them would have shifted to something else if there was something else.
No, I agree. I grew up dirt racing, local racing, and I have seen the impact that NASCAR has had at on younger drivers.
Oh, absolutely.
And they think that's okay. And it's like, that's how you get beat up. Like,
well, you learn one way or the other.
Yeah, I mean, so we enjoy it, but I just sometimes I feel like one big problem is we're starting everyone way too young. These kids are way too young to get in the car, and then we still got drivers out there that appreciate a race car. They drive like they're working. And then you got some kid in there that's just going to blow the doors off you and put you in the wall, and you don't got to fix them.
Yeah, all that's true. I mean, that is certainly a product of racing where it's at right now, for sure.
A lot of these XCAL drivers, though, what I do like about XCAL, and it's been this way for years, is a lot of these guys do drive like they got to work on their race car. There's a lot of them.
I 100% agree with that. For the most part in this series, and look, let's be realistic. There's aggressive guys that had to work on their race cars too, you know, and they didn't, you know, if they dented them up, they didn't mind fixing them, you know. But yeah, you're right. These guys do drive like they. What I really love about this series is that it is the closest thing to real life racing that you can get. You know, there's car owner, there's money involved, there's penalties for, you know, doing stupid things and saying stupid things and, you know, doing stupid things on the track. It costs you money, and that's the way it should be. And it all adds up to the purses that go into these events, which I believe tonight's purse, if I'm not mistaken, is. It can obviously go up. I want to say it's, I think, around $290 tonight, I think. $280, $290. Another great night of racing. But, you know, the way that the drivers are selected by car owners, you know, and all the things, you know, just everything about it is as close to in real life racing as you can get, you know, and it's treated that way. You know, you don't just get to tow back to the pits after it's over with and just disappear. You know, you're expected to drive your car back to the pits. That's the way it should be. Oh, got to change for the lead up here. Joplin's going to take it down underneath. I guess guess Matt's had enough leading for now.
The fuel.
That's why I had the gauge on him there, because he'd been up front he led for 30 laps. So I was wondering, when he was going to start deciding to save a little fuel.
Yeah, I'm not sure what lap we're going to be hitting on here.
Well,
tonight.
according to my calculations, which, it's only rough because some of these guys save fuel a hell of a lot better than some of the other ones do. But in the neighborhood of 60, 62 laps, somewhere in that neighborhood, if they're really saving fuel well, they could probably take it a few more. From the calculations that I did, I didn't take my shoes and socks off, so I'm not sure if I could count high enough or not, but I tried to wing it, so we'll see.
Sometimes I like to pretend my toes are people, and I call myself Steve Harvey, and I host an episode of Family Feud.
Do you?
Yep.
I think it's okay until your toes start answering, and then that's when you got real problems.
Yeah, there's never really a real winner,
I think if you're at that level, you're the winner. Either way. That just the fact that you get to be Steve Harvey for the evening is enough.
Plus, it's grade A entertainment as well, Jim. I mean, that's the big thing.
It is indeed grade A entertainment.
Folks.
Speaking of grade A entertainment, how's it to have a 9-month-old throw up all over you? Is that exciting?
Yeah, folks, I apologize. Obviously, Redneck National Jake Reeves. Obviously, sorry for missing out on about 35 laps, the whole start of it and everything else. So, apologies for missing out on that. Hope y'all forgive me. If you don't, I'll go ahead and say it. Kiss my ass. Look,
right.
I got a 9-month-old man. I mean, he's dealing with type B flu. So he's not feeling too good, and apparently Theraflu or whatever that medicine is, apparently it does not agree with him, and he puked everywhere. So, yeah, I mean, he done it twice too, so I have to get with a doctor on that one tomorrow. But obviously, thoughts and prayers, obviously, to him. If you roll that way, so just send up a couple of shout outs and thoughts and prayers to the little man. Hopefully he gets over the flu very quickly, because obviously it's a pain in the ass, Jim.
Yes, well, and like I said, man, you're gonna be dealing with that for the next pretty much 15, 16 years at least,
Yeah, gonna be longer than that. Gonna be for the next 25, probably. Hell, who knows at this point? Oh Lord! Every time he gets sick, he's gonna end up calling Mama or Daddy from me. That's just how it is.
Yeah, probably Mama.
Oh, Mama by a mile. Yeah. By a mile. He gets sick. First person he holler for is Mama, and then he starts hollering for Daddy when apparently it doesn't work out. How about this up here at the front though, Brent Meckes? Not too far out on that lead. Obviously, Richie Joplin right there behind him in second. Both of them up one spot apiece. King Matthew Barrett Sr. down to set on the pole. Jim, Robert, y'all were both talking about that fuel deal, obviously, that he's got going on. And by the way, I did catch a little bit of Steven T-Rex's interview at the start of it talking about.
Did you miss the part where, but you said you were listening?
It was something about a pillow up his ass or something like that. I mean, I heard something about a pillow up his ass.
Yeah, well, we'll have to show
That's all
you.
I heard
We'll have to get a picture of the Lautaro Lampardi pillow that was created last year.
Is that the one that's going up his ass?
Yeah.
No.
So yeah. So he's gonna get. He said if he got his hands on a Lautaro Lampardi pillow, he would basically wipe it, drag his ass with it. Basically, is what he said. So to give you a quick backstory to catch you up on the race, Matt the King, Matthew the Bear. I can't ever. He's never going to do an interview with me because I won't ever get his name right. He led the first 30 laps and then slid back, and Richie Joplin slid up there and led a couple, and then Meckes, of course, which is Matt Bear's car owner and teammate, took the lead. we're assuming that Bear decided to slide back and save some fuel since he led the first 30 laps. So, because he clearly was having no issue staying up front. That kind of catches you up basically on the race. You've had a few guys slide up, a few guys slide back. More or less just kind of positioning themselves for fuel and all that stuff right now. We haven't had a ton of racing, but and then as far as the interviews go, Stephen Rex gave us a great interview. The only problem was, if you were listening on your headset, then what you heard was you heard me doing the interview. The problem was nobody else did because my mic was muted. I always mute my mic so that in the beginning you can talk and I can tell you things. And so I had my mic muted because I wasn't prepared for David puking all over you, to be honest. So, but other than that, that's about where we're at right now. But I'll tell you what, let's do this real quick before we get to the pit stops here. We're going to be probably coming up on pit stops in 15 to probably no more than 20 laps, I would think, at this point. We'll ride out here at front, but let's take a look at the points right now as we have them. I'll let you read those out as we get them up here.
I mean, obviously, Octavio Rodoleto's still out there. Just kicking ass, and he ain't even here. Which I'm not sure how that would work out. Obviously, eventually, as long as the season is, somebody's going to pass him somehow, some way. Obviously, Jason Seams right there, J-Dog, obviously in the second spot. So odds are he's going to catch him. Obviously, King Matthew Bear sitting in the third spot. You got Rex, he's back. About $10 back from that. Then Jack McKee, obviously one of those rookies, or obviously for the Rookie of the Year. And then Ryan Seaves. Jose, Gadino. I always looked at him as Jose Cuervo. But now you can't do that anymore. Now it's just Jose Gadino, obviously David Malgi, Charles Joplin, Richie Joplin, that is, or Charles, Richie, however the fuck you want to look at it. But, Charles, obviously Jared Mogard, that's the top 10 that we're looking at. Where's the Happy Meal guy? Goodall, right? I believe it is Goodall. I believe he's the Happy Meal guy, right, Jim?
He is, yes. He's got
$22. He can actually buy one.
He can even buy your nuggy combo now.
I think so. Yeah. Ironically enough, we have McDonald's today.
There you go. It seems to be a kind of a theme on Tuesdays for you.
We're getting McDonald's every damn Tuesday because this Happy Meal
is in pit road already. Is this a strategy move, or is this a guy who is not managing his fuel well? I guess we shall see.
Well, he's a newer guy. So.
Yeah, no, this is his first week. I know he just bought a car. He's been around in the past, but I know he came in and bought a car this week and got back into the series. So I guess we'll have to see if he's maybe trying an alternate strategy, maybe short pitting the first stop, to get out and lead laps later when everybody else pits. We'll see. But let's go ahead and look at the owner's standings here. Now this is, of course, your car number owner's points.
Yeah, obviously, Brent Meckes, car owner and last week's driver, obviously up there lighting it up. Not by much. About 11 points, give or take, is what he's looking at. To be able to try to make something happen. And Gerald Poole, obviously Richie Joplin right there as well. You're going to see these names more times as well. Gerald Poole, obviously, a couple of times on that car owner list. Jason Seams, he had Jack McKee drive for him last weekend at 23. This is just the car numbers. Yep. This ain't got a damn thing to do with the drivers. Drivers, we saw that a second ago. This is the car. This is what the car is getting, the points for, obviously. So Brent Meckes, 67 right there as well. Brent Meckes actually also in the 66. He's currently leading this damn race all the way back there, 16th as far as the points go. So, but he ain't worried about that. I mean, Jim, it's all about get one of them. Just one of them
Right.
at that
Well,
point. 'Cause it
he's
really
been
didn't make a
he's
damn
been
at that point.
alternating with Matthew Bear in the '67 when Bear wasn't able to be here. So they're keeping that 67 up there at the top now. Obviously, the 66 will probably score some decent points tonight. Help it move up a little bit in the standings. Just like the 48 car Pool, he's got Laturo Lamperti.
Purdy.
Yes, Lataro Lamperti. Boy, that one's going to be a good one for me. I might
say
start calling
Lamborito.
him Lamborito myself. Yeah.
Burrito.
Well, there's a long story behind that, and you missed it earlier. But so basically, we'll get to that. Let's knock these points out so I can get this off the screen here. And our last is our Rookie of the Year standings.
Yeah, obviously there you see how they all ended up lining up. Jack McKee, odds are, unless all hell breaks loose, odds are Jack McKee's going to probably end up taking that honor. David Mauji may have a little something to say about that as well. Cody Rogers, I ain't been showing up lately, so that's why you see him dropping right there. Obviously, with John Canizaro on that list, haven't seen him in a while. Justin Bird, Rob Warp, a couple of these guys. Earl Seams, we saw him as well. And Alex Goodall showing up as well, obviously, tonight right there. Mr. Happy Meal himself sitting 7th as far as the Rookie of the Year standings go. So, Jack, Robert, what do you think? I mean, Jack just shows up at this point. Still a long way to go. Still a long-ass season left. But do you think if Jack maybe just shows up, he may have the Rookie of the Year in the bag, or do you think David Mauji may have a shot to actually run him down and be able to try to claim that title?
Well, here's my question to you. Have you seen Jack as a rookie win a race yet this year? But guess who has? So,
David Mauji. You're correct.
You can pick up some momentum and coming in hot. Jack doesn't even see him coming.
Oh, I think this is way too early in the season to crown. And, I mean, hell, at this point, Alex Goodall could, find his dipping sauce, and the next thing you know, Happy Meal could work his way up into money. I don't know,
Above a Happy Meal, as a kid when I was growing up, they had this other thing called a Mighty Kids Meal. It was for bigger kids. Maybe he can buy a Mighty Kids Meal. Take the next step.
Well, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure I've seen enough yet to warrant Mighty Kid. I don't.
Oh my God!
No, not yet.
Dude, I remember those, the Mighty Kids meals. Oh yes, beautiful. I remember those. Those was friggin' awesome. They was just for. They wasn't for the little kids. They was for the big kids. Yeah. I love them. And then they actually had it split up. I cannot believe we're actually going on this little side street right here. But they had different toys for the Mighty Kids meals and the little kids meals. It was the craziest damn thing. I mean, it was unbelievable. I mean, I can make a hell of an analogy out of that, Jim, but I'm not going to because there is no telling what everybody else is going to say, so I'll leave that one for the back burner. Robert would love it, but I'm not going to do it.
Here they come. They're starting to pit. I think we got. I'm going to leave.
I like analogies.
Yeah, well, I mean, feel free if that's what you need to do.
No, I'm trying to be a good boy.
Joplin's starting it to the bottom.
Joplin's going in.
Joplin's coming in. I think we're going to see him start pitting now. We're right at that. My calculation was 62 or so laps, and we're right there. So
what I do like here with this stuff is they're not stretching out. So fuel is critical, but some of these guys used to lollygag way in the back, and it just sucked to watch the race. But they're still on top of each other. They're racing hard. So,
well, it's like Stephen Rex said. More than likely we're going to see pack racing tonight in the draft, and you don't want to get yourself lapped here if you screw up and lose the pack by trying to save a little fuel.
No.
And
what I like though is you're going to have the pack racing, but it's clean. We're going to get an interesting finish. and there's no cautions with 10 to go.
Right.
So,
Well, I mean, they had one of those heat races last night. Was just maybe a couple thousandths of a second. It was really, really close.
no, it's gonna be interesting because I know what it takes to pass on that inside, and we got old Brent. He gonna come down here.
Yeah, but not surprising. Matt Bear's gonna stay out there.
Stretch it out.
I mean, that's his game, man. That's what he does.
Jim,
The
we
question
saw
is,
this.
Can he save it? He can't. I can't see him saving enough to circumvent a pit stop.
Looks like he's gonna pit here.
Jim, which track was it? Which track was it where Bear stretched it out enough? Me and you, we called that race. I can't remember
No,
which
we all
track
did.
it was.
We all called it, and he got
Because
wrecked.
he threw it away.
Yeah, well, that's what we need to revisit because I don't recall.
I forgot. Yeah, he did wreck it. Yeah, I forgot
he
about
did.
that.
He got
Yes.
aggressive at the end there when he shouldn't
With
have.
Ryan
and-
Seams.
Yes, with Seams and yeah.
What track
so-
was it?
Phoenix. Legacy.
Phoenix.
Legacy,
Davis
Phoenix.
won the race. Davis
Yes.
put his nutsack
That
in
was
the wheel box.
Malji's. Yeah, that was Malji's win.
There you go.
Speaking of Malji, he just turned it in. So the only car now that has not pitted is Steven Rex.
Humpy Pillow himself. There you go.
That's right. You really have got to go to the XCAL WebShop page and look at the Lamborito pillow.
Lamborito pillow.
Yep, the Lamborito
I got
pillow.
mine.
It's got.
I got mine sitting right beside me.
You
Okay,
actually have
you got
one.
me intrigued on this.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
It's a Lamborito pillow.
Yes,
I think we were at...
It's got Latoro's face on the pillow, and it's a burrito because
I thought he had burritos on his car, but they weren't burritos. I just have really bad eyesight. And I couldn't pronounce his name, so I just started calling him Lamborito.
your ass was stoned and thought you were seeing burritos because you were hungry.
Exactly. Like, I don't even remember what it was, but it took like 8 races for me to figure it out. It wasn't burritos.
Where is this damn pillow at? I want to see this. Where is it that y'all are talking about? I'm on the website. I'm looking.
I don't know. I just know you go to XCAL Racing WebShop.com.
Well, Google pillows or something on there and see if
Yeah.
there's search for pillows.
Maybe if you just Google Lamborito.
How the hell would you spell that?
L-A-M burrito.
Oh, wow. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I just saw where finally, I just saw where you can actually sort this shit. Let me look. Let's see.
It's fancy.
It is
I
fancy.
tell you what, you
XCAL drivers.
got that thing sitting on the couch and you bring back home your date to next Netflix and chill, you gonna get you some of that, you know? You got a Lamborito pillow. Just saying.
I could see what you'd get, all right, but more than likely you would need penicillin for that. But that's another story entirely.
Steve likes he wants to put it up his ass.
Well, he clearly did. He absolutely said he would wipe his ass with it. And, I mean, he gave us a visual too, like grabbing the corners and doing it like a towel. I mean, he really gave us a visual on that. But I think that speaks highly of Lataro's driving skills in Rex's opinion. You know, I think that says it all.
Yeah. He's fun to watch. I mean, as a driver's standpoint,
at this point, he better be, because he's going to have to do something here. If it wasn't for the 131 there, Ryan Seams, he'd be off the pack here.
Yeah, now see, Roland's way ahead of them. He pit way earlier.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're going to see. I you know, my question is Roland doing an endurance race kind of strategy. Like, I'm going to pit 62, 62, 62, and that's going to leave, let's see. All right, let me start doing some math here. Damn, I hate when I'm going to have to take my shoes off. Y'all give me a minute. So 62 is my calculation, but it was actually more like, anywhere from 62 to 66. So we'll just say 62 for the sake of it. So that's 124. So 248 is 4.
Did you times it?
Huh? What? Don't confuse me now. I was doing it the only way I can in my head, which is 62 twice is 124, and then 124 twice is 248, and it's a 250 lap race. So with some fuel saving, so it's going to be a 3-stopper, right? But
not for Travis Roll. It's like he needed to stretch it out way more because it sounds like these other guys.
I'm curious. I would love to know.
Keep in mind, we stayed green in the last 10 laps too, so you got to bank your fuel strategy on that too.
Yes.
Yes. Once you hit 10 to go, it's like.
But also, you don't have to worry about green-white checkers either, so you don't have to necessarily carry extra fuel in for that.
There's a deadline.
So yeah, so I mean, so I guess that kind of works both ways, because if you're fueling in a race that potentially could have 3 or 4 green-white checkers, then you got to allow for all those extra laps. So it can kind of go both ways.
Like? Do you like this green-white checker junk, or do you like finishing?
I'm not. I do like the green-white checker better than finishing under a caution.
Yeah.
I don't think any race should ever finish under a caution.
No.
Ever.
I agree.
Neither do I.
Ever. As we see J-Dog here is just trying to slide on underneath Matt Bear here.
By the way, I looked for that damn pillow. I couldn't find it.
Maybe they don't have it anymore.
I looked over the damn website. I could not find it. So hopefully we can get with Steven at least on the broadcast. Or either that or hell, I can go right here. Matter of fact, MotorMouth Broadcasting. You could rewind it and go back on the live broadcast. We could rewind it, go back and look at the start of the broadcast. He showed the pillow live on the broadcast, correct?
No.
We didn't?
No.
Okay.
Robert brought it up because Rob's got one. So what Rob's going to have to do is take a picture of that, and he can share it with you in Discord, and you can see the pillow.
Okay.
And, it's like 3 feet tall.
3 foot tall pillow?
Yeah.
It's like a body pillow?
I think it's like 3 foot, maybe 2.5.
So my concern is here, what kind of fucking weirdness do you have going on that you have a fucking 3 foot Lamborghini pillow that you lay around snuggling with? I'm concerned. I have concerns.
Well,
Jake's like,
I like burritos. I mean,
but apparently you like Lamburritos as well.
Yeah.
Which is different than a lamb burrito, which would be more like a gyro, but that's a whole different topic.
I like burritos, though.
I think you just kind of went over everybody's head right there just a little bit, Jim.
Did I?
Just saying.
I lost everybody on that one, did I?
I think you might have.
Well, you've heard of a
Very good
gyro.
possibility.
You've heard of a gyro before, right?
Correct. Yes.
And you know what it is. It's like a pita bread that you put.
Well, explain it to them, not me. I mean, I kind of get where you're going with it.
Oh, you did? Okay. Well, now, Ben,
Kind of.
we got to look. The XCAL fan is an intelligent fan. And they are going to know. They are going to know what I meant by that. This is not your average short track. Well, I'm not even going to say that would be wrong, because that would be incredibly wrong to say. This is not your average fan. This is an intelligent fan base we have here. So I have no doubt that they are well understood my joke.
So they're not Natalie Decker fans?
Well, there we go.
Damn.
I sent you guys the picture of the pillow too.
I remember.
okay.
I remember seeing it actually. So, but let me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but let me
Yeah,
jump
pretty
in.
awesome.
Yeah,
took a picture of it on my lap.
Awesome is not at all the word that I would have used there.
Sweet shit.
There you go. See, now that's more of the word that I would use there.
Why have you got to sit in your lap?
Well, I had it sitting over here next to me, and then I put it on my lap.
Well, the way you've got it sitting, it looks
Like a penis.
Oh, it does. It looks like a big.
He said it, didn't?
It looks like a big Lamborghini penis. Like that looks like something
It
that you
does.
would need penicillin for, but that's a whole nother story. Oh my God, that is the weirdest, most freaky thing I may have ever seen in my life.
That's what she said.
Yeah, I don't think.
That's
Yeah,
what she said.
I'm pretty sure she did.
Yep.
Dear God. Okay, well, folks, I wish we could actually show that on the broadcast. There is no telling how that's going to end up turning out. May get us in trouble.
Oh no, it is what
yeah.
it is. It's a pillow. I mean, it is a pillow that was sold. I don't know if it still is or not in the XCAL web shop. I mean, it is what it is. I'm going to save it, and I will see if I can incorporate it into the broadcast here at some point in time as we roll on. I would say, I mean, at this point, he's done nothing to really. I mean, we're giving him way more airtime than he probably deserves, considering how he's running tonight so far. No, I'm being serious. I mean, we're talking about him like he's a front runner, and I mean, you know, he's practically almost a lap down at this point, and you know, and struggling back there a little bit. I don't know if he's just conserving at this point, and he's going to have something later in the race. I mean, he's in a fast car, but as you can see, the pack is leaving this little group behind here.
He's got Jose behind him, though, but this could be also, remember we talked early with Steve Rex. Did he turn a new leaf in that year? Like, he took off almost a year, good half part of the year. Has he actually learned some patience, and we're seeing a new Lamborghini?
That's a good question.
It's like a Supreme
New Lamborghini.
A Supreme.
Up front, though, check it out. Who's leading it all the way around? Got a little pack going on right here. Pretty much go all the way back to the 7th spot with Stevie T. Rex, who's down 3 spots. J-Dog Sims, though, obviously up 12 spots, the hard charger of the night so far at this point. Matt Bear now, here he goes. Bear jumping up to the top side. He's going to let Joplin go ahead and ease on by. Remember, he's got him by a couple laps, at least for these front guys up here, obviously with Richie and J-Dog and Brett. Obviously, Bear pitted on 66. Obviously, J-Dog, Joplin, 64, 62, respectively. As you see your biggest movers, obviously it is J-Dog Seams up at the top of it. Mauji up 6-4 for Ryan Seams, Joplin, and Jack McKee up a spot apiece.
Makes you wonder what Jason did there, because we talked about fuel. And Jim was over here counting on his fingers and toes, and we were real close. Well, Jason, you don't save fuel and get up there like that and then run. So is he going to do like a short pit, or does he think there's going to be a caution?
I mean, I think that I don't think that the fuel save is as big here as it is at some tracks. He got up there, he led some laps, potentially putting himself in contention for leading the most laps at the end of the night, because obviously that's extra car owner points. If you lead the most laps, that's an extra 5 bonus points. So for the car points.
He's
So-
drifting back now too.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's obviously that's a planned thing. He's getting back there, and he's going to fall in line somewhere back there, and get him, save now ride back there and save some fuel to make up for it up there. Let's take a look here real quick at the race recap so far. Obviously, we got no cautions right now. Richie Joplin is our leader, but let's see. Do we have who has the most laps?
I do see though too. The Happy Meal guy. He's 2 laps down in 12th place.
Yes, he is.
So he must have gotten in some trouble.
Well, I mean, he's only pitted once, but his pit stop was pretty long.
But wasn't it that way last week too? Is he doing something? Because I'm pretty sure last week with Kansas, he had
this was incredibly long. His pit stop was 1 minute 47 seconds in the pit box, whereas everybody else was around a minute to a minute 3 or a minute 4. And so he was in their 40s. Yeah, I can't imagine that he suffered enough damage to be in there that long.
Maybe he had an entrance penalty.
Yeah, maybe he had to take a piss. Who knows? But
maybe he was playing with his toy from his Happy.
It could have been.
Maybe he's playing with something else. Apparently, if he was in there taking a piss.
Playing with his Lamborghini.
I mean, hell! I opened that door.
Yeah, you did.
I opened that door.
Why
I'm
did
sorry.
you do that?
Well,
that's so bad.
Hey, I kept it clean. I done the best I could. I kept it clean. And then Yang Yang over here flops out a damn Lamborghini.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see. Well, while y'all talk about the race here, I'm going to go in the studio.
Yeah. So, Robert, obviously, I had some stuff going on at the start of the race, obviously, but I never got to ask you this, and I wanted to ask you, who are you feeling like? Basically, it's a two-part question right here. Who do you feel like is going to win the race? That was actually supposed to be something I was going to ask you before this damn thing started. Just curious if it might have been Happy Meal or not. But who would you feel like is probably the odds-on favorite to win the race? And also, which one of these drivers are you kind of looking at to possibly make a splash? That was two questions that I was going to ask you before the green flag dropped tonight.
I think a fan favorite would be an obvious go-to Matt Bear. I think he's an obvious pick every week. I think my Dave Boy, I'm not saying he's going to win the race, but I think he has an opportunity to get a second win in a matter of just weeks as rookie.
I mean, I couldn't disagree with that too much because he was strong last week. If he didn't bury it on pit road last week, he was in contention. He was a car that was going to be there a little bit last week. If he doesn't have that pit road disaster, he was there.
And last week was, keep in mind too, that was a fixed setup. So there's some guys that's not comfortable to them.
That's true. That's true too.
So Dave gets to take the opportunity to make this open setup to his liking. Personally, from racing this track with these cars not long ago, tires do matter big time. And then these guys are saying now too, I haven't really noticed it, way back when 2 tires were good enough for the street stock. You go out there and just make hay, you actually could be faster. Now, 4 tires are the way to go. If you take 2, you're fast for maybe 8 to 10 laps and you're smoked. And those 4 tires.
But why would you take 2 in a series that requires a minute to fuel the car up? I just don't know.
I'm talking towards the end, like an end game.
Oh, okay, like a splash and take 2 kind of a situation.
So they're like when you're talking big track position. Yeah, when you're talking big track position, you got like the 30 cars out there, and you can jump most of the field because some are going to take 4, you can take 2, and still be just as fast. It pays off.
But in this series, does it? Because of how long it takes to put fuel in the car. if it takes a minute to fuel these cars up full, and that's only 9 gallons because they run 45% fuel. So it's less than 10 gallons because these cars have a fuel capacity of about 20 gallons, I believe. So 45% is about 9 gallons-ish, 9 to 10 gallons at the most. I think it's 22 gallons that they hold, and 45% is around 10. So if it takes a minute to put 10 gallons of fuel in the car, why would you not take 4 tires?
Well,
because if you're going to have to put, unless you're
cold.
Huh?
They're cold. All 4 are cold.
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
So you run.
That's true.
So,
but
a lot of guys like. Well,
I mean, I don't know.
set
I'm
my
just
tire
playing
pressure
devil's
pretty low.
advocate there. But real quick, I do want to. I got this. I want to get it out before we get a chance. The reason that Goodall is 2 laps down is apparently he sped through the drive-through to get his Happy Meal.
Oh.
Yep. And so there was a penalty there, and I was correct on my calculations. 9.9. That is what I had basically said. Yes. So that's good to know that my calculations were correct. But yes, Goodall had a penalty, apparently speeding through the drive-through, and as far as Laturo, he does have 8 feature wins for Flaming Karma. I'm not sure if those are here in this series only or if he's talking about across a couple of series. But Gerald said he does have 8 feature wins for Flaming Karma. So he does have a history of winning. But back to the fuel strategy conversation. The cold tires, I see your point there, but again, if your right sides are cold, that's the ones that really matter, and that would be the 2 that you would take if you were taking 2.
It could be, but
I don't know.
Normal,
from me personally, I don't have a ton of experience running these particular cars and this series like you do, but Roland just pitted again. So
what lap are we at?
107.
112.
So so he came out at 108. He came out of the pits.
For this situation right here, we're making pit stops. You take 4, fuel up. But when we're getting down to that nitty gritty, and keep in mind, there's no caution with 10 to go. And we got a bigger field, and let's say you're like 22nd. You can take 2 tires, hold your ground, maybe get a top 10 out of it. You do, because those guys can be wrecking all over when it's 10 to go. Get yourself some track position, but a little extra tire.
Again, I don't disagree with the strategy in that. My question is, can you get enough fuel to make that work? Because again, if you're going to take 5 gallons of fuel, that's still going to be a 30-second pit stop to get 5 gallons of fuel. And,
maybe you're in a situation you have to get 5 gallons,
I mean, if you just need a splash, then I could see taking 2, yes.
If your fuel fill up was within the 2 tires,
Now, yes,
100%.
under that circumstance, yeah, 100%.
Obviously don't want to sit there unless it's still, because it takes a long time to fill up or put 4 tires on these cars. We're not having those 15-second, 13-second NASCAR pit stops. But
I wish you know what? There's an expert car owner right out there that probably can give me the exact time on that. We got Gerald Poole out there. He's always helping us out and answers questions like this that we don't have the exact answer. And in this case, my question is, how long does a 2 and a 4 tire stop take, forgetting about fuel? Like, if just to get 4 tires, what's the minimum time for 4 tires if fuel is not a factor? And the same.
And even what would you do? What would Gerald do?
Well, he may
Might
not
be a little
want
bit
to. He
of
may
a-
not want to reveal that.
Yeah,
might
but see,
not.
Gerald's one of them guys. Like he's got some good strategy.
Oh, yeah.
He's like he's kind of like almost like without all the cheating, like almost Bill Belichick with the Patriots.
Without
He
all
knows
the
his
cheating.
stuff. Without all the cheating. But like Gerald, he finds good talent, and he's always got really good cars. And I think one of the guys he's really got to thank is Jose. He kind of like helped build FKR with Gerald.
Which he is the start leader. Isn't that correct? And let's see, it was in our notes earlier. Just check my notes real quick here. I jumped out of that to get the pillow picture.
This picture.
We're serious on that damn pillow. I'm telling
I'm
you,
gonna
that
show
damn
it.
pillow.
Oh, I'm going to show the pillow. Don't worry. It's already loaded up. Just waiting on the
Oh,
right time.
wow.
Oh, yeah, it's coming.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. What was I looking up? I lost my. Oh, the starts. So, yeah, Godino, this is his 163rd career start, all-time leader, and he is on his 129th consecutive start.
Wow.
Also the all-time leader for XCAL. So that's quite impressive. Put that into perspective. This is a 30-race season. And I'm assuming that in previous years they've roughly been 30 races a season as well. I mean, you're talking upwards of 4+ seasons of consecutive starts.
Yeah.
That's pretty strong.
Yeah, and Jose is one of them guys that's respected out there too. Like, there's nobody better to have a teammate as than Jose, because he can mentor Lamborghini and Alex Goodall and be like, hey, we don't do that, but we can do this. So, and Gerald, he'll just yell at you if you're wrong, because he yelled at me a lot when I was calling him Jose.
So, according to Gerald, you can take 3.2 gallons of fuel and not add time to a 4-tire stop. So, if you need at least 3.2 gallons, you can take 4 tires comfortably. So, to me, again, I would say, at the amount of fuel, I mean, I can see a certain small percentage of time that you would consider taking 2 tires, but Joplin's in.
Yeah, he was leading that.
And
Richie Joplin obviously easing down pit road right here. How will this work out? Obviously, with Bear up there leading it. Brett Mekas, obviously David Malgi sitting in 3rd. Jack McKee, J-Dog actually got the fastest lap earlier on in here in this race. 26.370.
Also a bonus point.
Absolutely, Jim. Let's take a look at the obviously the 5. The Fast 5. What I like to call them. Obviously, with the Fast 5, kind of see what we're looking at right here. As far as the best laps, obviously there's J-Dog, Jack McKee. Pretty straightforward. If you think about it, just a little bit off. Obviously, Jack is off of off of J-Dog. I about said something really off the damn wall right there. Stephen Rex, obviously, this is where they're running at. As far as, Rex running in position 6, but he's the 3rd fastest lap. Brett Mekas 2nd, but 4th fastest lap. And obviously Ryan Seams 8th and 5th on the fastest lap. Let's see what the 5 fastest averages.
He's coming in.
Or last 5 laps. As far as averages is Jack McKee jumping his world down pit road. Obviously into 23 to ease on down here and see what we got going on there. Bear, Mekas, and Malgi, they staying out on the racetrack. Here's the fastest 5-lap average. And what do you know? It's Brett Mekas. And what do you know? It's Matt Bear Sr. Both drivers up front, they flip-flop. Top 5 are in the top 5. They're just, none of them's in the actual freaking spot. Now they are. 1 and 2 are flipped and they're where they need to be, but they're actually tied on the time. But once again, Jim, you know, I mean, you see it right there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's 1, 2, 5, 4, 3, at least for the fastest 5-lap average.
Well, you almost got me tongue-tied, and I wasn't even talking there.
I'm doing all I can.
That was pretty impressive.
I come damn close to blowing that a while ago, especially when I was talking about J-Dog and Jack, and I about said J-Dog and Jerk or some kind of shit like that. I don't know. I almost went way out there.
I tell you,
that can be a jerk. I'm
So-
saying,
There you
when I
go.
got her own.
I'm gonna leave that one on you. I'm gonna stay off of that one completely. I mean, so far, you know, he's been good to me, so I got no issues. No, I tell you what we're seeing here though is we may not see anybody able to cut a pit stop here. Obviously, the race isn't. It's not that kind of race where they can save that much fuel. But what I am seeing here is Matt Bear is consistently. Well, several of these guys are Bear, Malgi, Rex. Several of these guys here are going to be able to stretch this thing enough to where on that last pit stop, they are not going to have to take a full tank of fuel. And, you know, if they can cut 10 seconds off of a pit stop, that's huge on track, especially if we stay green, which at this point, you know, you could easily argue that we probably will stay green because these guys have, you know, got their feet under them at this point. You know, they know what the track's giving them. And, you know, if you're going to see a caution, typically you would probably have seen it already if we were going to see one.
Like Brent came in there.
He did. He just came in, yep.
You know, Matt Bear is reminding me what he was doing at Phoenix and was being pretty dominant. Davis
I was just
is
fixing
right
to
there.
mention this.
Yeah, but like if he comes up on Ryan Seams again in the same kind of scenario, does he do something differently?
Oh, I'm pretty sure
I don't think
that he knows he had that race in hand.
Yeah. But
But
I don't think he would change anything. That's what's funny.
well, I don't know
Jim-
him well enough to comment on his personality like that. But I know he just pitted.
But Jim, think about this for a second. You know, you just mentioned it right there that, you know, obviously, you know, if we were going to have a caution, yeah, I mean, you said odds are, you know, we would already have one. Well, think about what happened at Phoenix.
Yeah,
Think
no,
about what
I
happened
mean,
after
that
that.
can
I mean,
happen.
hell, I mean, it damn near, I mean, it damn near went green flag the whole race, and then
Right.
right there at the end, all hell breaks loose, and then we end up getting a 10-lap shootout out of the whole deal. So, I mean, that it could happen here tonight. I mean,
Sure.
it does have one of those normal XCAL races where we're just sitting here, we're watching the fuel strategy, watching this, watching that, watching this, watching that. We saw it in the season opener when we went to Charlotte. Or Lowe's Motor Speedway, Charlotte, however the hell you want to look at it. It started out, it was good to go. It was 9 ways to Sunday. Then we had beef right there at the end of it. Ended up having damn near a photo finish right there at the end of the race because we ended up having all hell break loose, had a caution, and then ended up getting a wild finisher that I believe the winner finished backwards. Had ass in first at the start-finish line.
That's right.
So, I mean, it ain't over yet. I mean, chaos can pop off at any point in time at this point.
That's 100% true. As we got everybody on pit road has pitted. So the last two cars on pit road now are Steven Rex here and Malgi, who is just about halfway through his stop or so. And everybody else is back on the track after theirs.
Matt came out way ahead, too, of Brent. Brent came ahead of them guys, but Matt was even further ahead.
Well, he got on and off pit road total, a second faster. I mean, which, second on track is a pretty decent gap. So, but being out there on his own, I think as these cars line up behind each other, they'll close that gap back up, I would imagine. Uh-oh. Malgi just picked up a black flag. And,
dang it, Dave.
Yep, that's got to be a speeding on pit road situation.
Oh, Albert, that's on
Coming
you
off.
right there.
It is. It's all my fault. It looks like Alex Goodall's going to have a buddy.
Yeah, it does look like he's going to, unfortunately.
Just got a little happy with the footing there off pit road, I think. There's probably
Little happy.
Yeah.
Little happy. Yep. He'll join his buddy, obviously, Alex Goodall over there with a Happy Meal kind of deal. Everybody getting a little happy, and then there you go.
And it's a stop and go penalty. That's even more punishing. It's not
Is
just
it?
coming down. Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be a 40-second hold then, isn't it?
Easily.
Yep.
So Alex got his before. I would definitely try to get my penalty before, not after. It's way more crushing after, I feel like. So you got to come back.
Well, because you got to come down pit road twice. Yeah. If you're going to speed. I mean, if you're going to screw up before you pit, not after. But obviously you don't want to pit at all. But yeah, that's pretty much has ruined Malgi's race. There's no recovering from that. It would take a world of caution flags to recover from that. And it looks like Goodall's in a much better spot than he is, so it wouldn't even be Malgi that would be benefiting from the cautions. So
yeah, Dave's 2 laps, almost actually 3 laps down.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's bad. He's going to need some cautions, but you know what? If he can get lucky on one of them cautions, his strategy.
He's got to get past Goodall is what it's going to boil down to, though, really. And
I think XCAL has 3 waiver rounds. I think 3, unless they've changed the rule. Don't quote me on that, but that's why.
To be honest, we don't have enough cautions to ever find out.
That's a good thing. It's a good
But
thing.
that being said, Malgi is only 14 seconds behind Goodall. And if we're being realistic, Malgi has been fast. Whereas
He's got more friends.
Goodall has not. The problem is, neither one of them right now are running with anybody. So if Malgi picks up a tow somewhere along the way from a friend, like whoever that is in front of him on track there, which is, who was that in front of him there?
I believe it's Roland.
Yep. Which I don't know. I doubt very seriously if they know each other, since Roland is just coming back into the series and Malgi is, relatively new guy.
I feel like
plus Roland
Dave's
is struggling. He's bouncing it off the wall there.
Dave's the kind of guy, though, I think he's one of them guys that, like, everybody has a friend at recess. Dave wasn't the guy that bullied you. If you didn't have a friend at recess, he'd come over and be like, hey, my name's Dave. I race street stocks on Tuesdays. He'd have a friend. So.
Were you bullied on the playground?
I'll be honest with you. There's a lot of times I wasn't even allowed to go to the playground because I got in trouble before we could even go there.
I've done a lot of shit on the playground we can't talk about here live on the air, but.
Yeah. Stay out of that conversation. I'm going to focus on Richie Joplin here right now.
Yeah, Richie up there. Yeah, Joplin right there sitting obviously in the 3rd spot. Brett Mecca's not too far ahead of him.
Well, I think
obviously,
this pack's going to run
2.5 seconds.
down.
Oh, yeah.
Based on what Stephen Rex told us in pre-race, if you're lined up, you got 4 cars lined up like this, you're going to be 3 to 4 tenths faster. And so I think that apparently my dog got excited about that. He's looking for the prospects of getting this group back up to Brett Mecca's apparently. So 3 to 4 tenths faster. So it shouldn't take long, and they should run Mecca's down, no matter how fast he is.
Yeah, I think so as well, obviously. So, and I kind of start to see the times there for a second. It was about 1/10 of a second faster each lap. Slowly, Mekas has kind of picked it up a little bit. 26.6. Well, obviously, yeah. I mean, I see where you're going with this. Obviously, we'll see what they're looking like right now. Yeah, you know what? I'll shut up. But anyway, Brett was actually right there about the same speed as they was. But we'll see what happens. Obviously, Brett by himself, Joplin, obviously with those 4 cars right there. Obviously, Lautaro Lamperti nowhere near any of this in the 7th spot, 16 seconds back of the race lead. And Bear is still putting a whooping on him right now up there, like I said, about 2.5 seconds ahead of Brett Mekas. You see him right up there up the road. This is obviously King Matthew Bear Sr. He is kind of somewhat embraced that King Matthew Bear. Speaking of which, XCAL WebShop Series, real quick, XCAL WebShop Series website, I went and I looked. There's teddy bears of his ass. Literally.
Of his
teddy
ass?
bears. Well, not his ass, but I mean, it's got his name and his car and all that other on a damn teddy bear and everything else. Why would they have his ass on a teddy bear?
I don't know.
Why?
Well, speaking of that,
that
that
too
brings
literal.
me to the Lamborghini pillow, which I think is now, it's probably a good time to show the world Rob's Lamborghini pillow. Since you brought up the XCAL web shop and things that you can get in there, I'm not sure if this is, still available, but there it is, folks. There is the Lamborghini pillow right there.
Don't make me take a picture of the XCAL web shop piss bottle next to you. I got one.
No, I know you do. I know you do.
Who's on that one?
Nobody. Just the XCAL logo.
Oh, it's just the XCAL logo. I figured that might have been a driver's number on the side of that damn thing.
So there's your Lamborghini pillow there.
It's made of metal.
Clearly that's a California burrito. It's got is that lettuce on it or is that avocado? I can't tell.
I feel like it should be lettuce.
Well, that's a California burrito. That is nothing like a real a Texas burrito for sure. But anyway, that's enough of that. That's about all I can stand of seeing that on the screen there for any period of time.
I might start an OnlyFans, never know.
Yes.
You know what I found out, a little fun fact for you today. So I was bored and I started Googling things. I've been going into sandwich places and I want olives on my sandwich. They don't got it. I'm like, are we in an olive shortage? And we are. Did you know that we're in an olive shortage?
I did not know that we were in an olive shortage, which is not good for my favorite sandwich, which when I throw this out there, both of you are going to be like, what the F? My favorite sandwich, being from the New Orleans area originally, my favorite sandwich is something called a muffalata. Yes, don't even...
The hell is that?
See, I knew that was coming. You're going to have to Google it. It's a muffalata.
Well, now I've got more questions. How the hell do you spell it?
Well, that's a good question too. It's
how you probably say it. Muffalata, don't know much about it.
Yeah,
you know?
well, so the basics of what a muffalata is an Italian-based sandwich that has something. It's an olive salad mix, which it has olives and carrots and different things, and it's chopped up, and they put that on the sandwich. And then it's made with a bunch of different Italian cold cuts and cheese. And traditionally, it's mostly served cold, but I'm a huge fan of them warmed up with the cheese gets melty and the bread gets crusty and toasty. And it's called a muffalata. And an olive shortage would be a really, really bad thing for a muffalata because it's the olive salad that really makes the muffalata. And
don't you worry. I bought an olive tree today when I found that out. I ordered
Did you?
it.
What part of the country do you live in?
Pennsylvania.
I cannot see olives growing too well in the Pennsylvania climate.
We're going to keep it in our house. I did some reading. We can do this. I'm growing olives out of my living room.
So in about 10 years, you'll probably have your first olive.
Yeah. It's legal here too. Olives are legal here.
I would hope so.
Nah, but so the weather in Turkey is burning the olive plants. And like, we're all worried about going to space, okay? We're all worried about this and all the politics. We're not talking about the olive shortage. I want olives on my sandwich. Go to Subway, Jimmy John's. I go to Huss's. No olives. I once walked out of a store because they didn't have olives put on my sandwich.
Well, then you need to go
God.
to New Orleans, apparently, because then you could have a muffalata. But
I'm gonna have
apparently,
a lot of them.
to finish off the Lamborghito story, apparently Latoro is Argentinian, as well as Octavio is Argentinian.
Yes.
And neither one of them had any idea what a burrito was, because that is not a burrito is not an Argentinian food.
I'm pretty sure I interviewed them too and found that out.
No, because Octavia's like, what are you talking about?
Right. Well, I mean, I bet he knows what a chimichurri is, though. But that's another story, also.
No, but that's I like them. I mean, Octavio and Lataro, they're two really good guys. I'll tell you what, though, when them two are doing a two-car tango, they're
Oh, hell.
fast.
Where?
Yeah, I've
very
seen it.
fast.
Where is Octavio? What is going on with Octavio? Why?
He's been off lately.
Yeah. Do we know why? Or
I don't know why. Gerald would probably know why.
I'm pretty sure Gerald will probably share that information with us. But
Last I heard, Jim. Obviously, he was doing the qualifier series. Obviously,
yes.
it was the eNASCAR qualifier
Yes, he was
series,
doing
and
that. That's right. I did hear that.
and I heard he was doing pretty damn good in it. I haven't really kept up with how he has been doing, but last I heard he was actually doing decent in that. And obviously, for the folks out there that have absolutely no idea what the hell I'm talking about, obviously it is the entry league. They do it every it used to be every Thursday night, then they flipped it, and then now this season it is on Tuesday nights. So obviously it's the entry. You got to get. Help me here, Robert. What is it, like top 70, top 30, somewhere in there? I think it's top 30. Top 30, top 35. Overall points. Everybody can get in it. Doesn't matter what your iRating is. Everybody can get into this and slide up in there and get a hold of it. So if you have a Class A license, I believe it's Class A. It was C. I think they might have flipped it and went to A, but if you have a license, if you have a Class A license, I believe it is on iRacing, you can enter in these, but it's once a week. And they pick like 6, 7, 8 tracks or whatever, and you get split up, obviously, in your splits. And I went and I looked at Octavio's iRating. It's through the damn roof. It's up there. It's like up there in the $8,000 area. So he was in top splits more times than not. So obviously he's going for the max points. Now everybody else that gets at it, obviously, if you got a 2,000 iRating, well, you just racing for the hell of it. So odds are, I mean, unless you just light it up, which I don't see it, but the higher splits obviously get the more points, and Octavio was in those higher splits. It just depends on how he finishes and where he stacked up in those points. I may can actually go do a little research and figure out exactly where he's at.
They're in the top 40 right now.
Okay.
Gerald just posted that.
Did he make it? That's the question.
Well, if they're in the
That's
top 40,
what
I
I'm
would
going to
think he
look.
made it. Or he's.
I think he probably did, and that may be where he's at doing that, because obviously that is a big deal to make it to something like that right there, and obviously have a shot. Because if you make it into the Coca-Cola iRacing Series, obviously that's what it sponsored by, but it's the NASCAR iRacing Series. you get to get signed by race teams such as Junior Motorsports, Hendrick Motorsports, William Byron Esports, Penske, Roush Fenway Keselowski Racing, RFK Racing. You get to get Spire Motorsports, all these big ass teams and everything, and you get to race for championships, big prizes. I think the championship, you win like $200,000. But you get on a national stage, and it has, Jim, gotten drivers, superstardom out of this. Some drivers have even got opportunities to actually get in real race cars after they kick ass in this and, in the iRacing series, and have a shot to get in real race cars and possibly further their shot to be able to be a real race car driver as well.
That's driving NASCAR now that came from the Coca-Cola series. The one that's in
Raja?
Who?
Was that Raja guy? Is that where he comes from?
No. I'm talking about the kid that's in Cup. Been in Cup now for several years. Is it
Byron?
Yeah.
Byron was badass, and I believe he did get in the iRacing series. Another driver that actually didn't get in the Coca-Cola iRacing series, I actually got to race with him a couple of times in the Truck Series and the Xfinity Series. He is a NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series driver by the name of Caden Honeycutt. And Caden was lights out. I mean, he was kicking our ass every single week in officials on Monday nights. For split night, he would get in there and he would just absolutely light our ass up. I mean, I remember, and I'm going on a side street here, but I remember we got in a Monday night race. I believe it was at Texas, and it was about a 70 lapper. I think it might have been 70, 90 laps. I can't remember the exact number on those official races. But by lap 15, he had already caught the ass end of the pack. Anybody want to take a guess how I knew that? Because I was at the ass end of the pack. I barely made it into the top split, and he caught us within 15 laps and was already putting us a lap down. So obviously the skills transitioned obviously from that. He's in the Craftsman Truck Series and obviously doing a pretty damn good job. I mean, if I remember correctly, Caden Honeycutt was in the championship 4 last year when they were going for the championship, obviously, at Phoenix. So Caden Honeycutt is a pretty damn good driver, obviously, very well known in the iRacing community, and also, does real good, obviously, in the Craftsman Truck Series. So you can make something out of this. You can go from iRacing and get a real stock car, just like William Byron, Caden Honeycutt, and all the other drivers did.
Oh, absolutely. In today's world, these teams are not oblivious to kids that are fast on these sim racing platforms, and not all of them are going to work out, but I think that they are much more open to giving these kids shots right now. And Gerald says that two things. The last of the O'Reilly races for the Coca-Cola thing is tonight, which is
yes.
So that's still going on, which is why he's not here.
Yes.
And
okay.
Parker Retliff, how you say it?
Reslov.
Right. Well, he's a former XCAL driver.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've raced with him in here.
Who do you race for? Was it one of Gerald's drivers?
No, it was for the team JNS.
Okay. So
at one time.
Ryan Seams' team, right?
Yes, I think he was a teammate of the Seams boys. I don't know if Jason was there yet. Ryan was definitely there. But that's like, you talk about all the ins and outs and the perks of the iRacing stuff in the Coca-Cola series, and you get signed to a team, this and that. XCAL does get you kind of prepared for that. They have a structure kind of like that where, they have teams, they have cars, you see it with the points and the money. They take a chance on drivers. Gerald does a lot like that. He's always seeking out new talent. So XCAL kind of gets you a little prepped to get your feet a little wet for the big industry.
And Jim, this is something else that we had talked about. Me and you, we talked about, it was a couple of months ago. Think about it. Obviously, XCAL doing the same exact thing like this. But we talked about it as well, to where it used to be. I mean, it still is like that to a certain extent, where you have certain drivers. How it used to be is that you would start out at go-karts, and then you would flip up and you would go to street stocks, and then you would go to late models, and hopefully if you were out there kicking everybody's ass enough, you would get eyes on you, like a Hendrick Motorsports or somebody from the ARCA series, would
Right.
see you,
Yep.
and they would take your opportunity to try to get you in and everything, and then you go ARCA and then truck, and then obviously up to O'Reilly Auto Parts Series if you was able to make it that far or whatever. Not that now. Obviously, technology has come a long ass way. And now it's gotten to the point to where if you can kick ass on this simulator, it's the closest thing to getting in a real race car and getting out there and running laps. I mean, it's that damn close. It's that damn realistic.
I would agree with that to a certain point. But
oh yeah, obviously.
I mean, but obviously those kids that there's first of all, let me touch on something on the track real quick here. So we saw that Mekas was running in the front of this second place on back group, and he has shifted back to the back of this group now, and Joplin is up here leading. I'm sure he got back there to save some fuel because he was kind of out there in the front since there was nobody right in front of him. As obviously, now is it time already?
Yeah, but Bear's
here it
been
is.
staying out in front
No.
of everybody this whole time.
It's time though. We're starting to pit again here, guys.
Because Bear.
No, Bear stayed out
pulled away
front
from
this whole
Algie.
run. This entire
Yeah, that's what
run.
I mean. Like this whole. That's going to be the interesting thing with saving fuel.
Well, let's see.
Like, is he
because
that good?
if he is that good, let's see. He should pit based on. He pitted on lap 128 last time. 62 would be 190. So if he can go to say 194, that's about the same as he was doing when he was running in the pack. So we'll see how that works out.
I mean, he can afford to take more fuel because he could lose. He can still afford to lose that track position to come out with that pack.
Yes. And we'll see. I'd be curious to see how that shapes out. But back to your point about the as these pit stops are getting going. Back to your point about that. I'm seeing, and don't get me wrong, this is all about money. Racing has always been about money,
Oh, yeah.
and it will always be about money. The kids that come from money are gonna have better shots. I definitely agree that sim racing is opening doors for kids who maybe potentially didn't have that money, but if they could really light it up on the sim, it can open doors. We've all heard the story of the kid from Gran Turismo who is still to this day racing professional, the William Byrons of the world, and there's others. There's a kid who's a coach on iRacing, and now he's racing in LMP3 cars. He got his chance strictly from sim racing, and there are plenty more out there. But what I'm seeing is, look at these kids that are coming up, like Kyle Busch's kid or Kevin Harvick's kid.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
They've got a top-notch, world-class driver, father.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They've got money, and they're getting in this equipment at an insanely young age.
It's wrong.
I mean, look at Kyle Busch's kid. He's 10, and he is competitive in a late model.
Oh yeah.
At 10.
My problem.
I was still chewing
with
on
the
my
young-
toenails at 10.
My problem with these kids being so young racing with grown adults though is, now Kyle Busch's kid and stuff, he seems like a pretty respectful kid. Like, he's not going to go throw a little hissy fit and total your stuff. But you can put a young kid in a race car, he goes and tears your stuff up being a spoiled brat, and you're not even allowed to punch him because you could go to jail for that. It's
Oh, yeah.
illegal to punch Because I'm all fine with it. That's been like my rule. If you can get in a race car when you're legal to punch, like with grown adults. Because some of these guys, this is their paycheck. They're taking risks week in, week
Yes.
out. And you don't need some spoiled little rich kid that's just going to be given another race car for the next race.
I
mean,
think that is a lot on the sanctioning bodies. If the kid gets out there and demonstrates that he is not ready to be there, and I say that they probably need to be held to a higher standard than an adult for that reason. But, you know, if they demonstrate the kind of stuff that warrants for them to not be out there, you do them like NASCAR did Kyle Busch, and you say, yeah, well, you know, you got to be 16 now instead of 14, you know, or whatever. Or
that
you do
was
it
over
on
cigarettes.
Did
Did you know that?
Do what? Say
Did
it
you
again.
know? So that was because Kyle Busch was actually at one point not allowed to race. They upped the age.
Right, from 16
Not
to
because
18.
Yeah, not because of anything he did technically on
No,
the
no,
track.
no, I knew that.
It was it was because of cigarettes. They used cigarettes as the excuse because he was a problem. People didn't like this rough and rowdy guy. So how do we can't make a rule that you can't be rough and rowdy. So hey, we got cigarettes here. You can't be here. Like,
Yeah, well, you know, he was the beginning of a changing of times. He was the beginning of that young, fast kid that had the skill to be there, you know? And there's a lot of them now.
Brent's
a lot.
pitting. Brent's pitting.
He sure is. Here he comes.
What I do find funny is Kyle Busch is technically like responsible for that chain reaction.
Yes.
But who's getting more mad at all those people now?
Yeah.
Well,
Kyle Busch.
It is.
Like, it's
I mean, he,
all
you
right.
know, look, the reality is, man, he's at the first time in his life where he isn't winning. He's won his entire life since he was 8, 7, 6 years old, whatever it was. He's won his entire life. And he's finally at the point where he's not in good enough equipment anymore to win on the regular. And then when his equipment is decent, he's struggling and making mistakes on track too.
Ooh, man, better get on
that
the
was
road.
close. Boy, that was close.
Why even do that though? Like, you were so far ahead of people. Why are you trying to get on there faster than everybody
Because
else?
that's what he does. That's why he's the king.
Now-
It's all about. But he wasn't that far ahead. I mean, what was he? 4 seconds,
No.
3 seconds ahead, maybe.
I mean, he had some change to spend. Like, I mean, it's like I can afford to go. But that shows the heart, though. He's like, ain't good enough. I'm gonna win even
so
more. I'm gonna win
52
harder.
laps from now. So he doesn't even have to take a full fuel load here.
Hey, I've said it once. I've said it twice. I'll say it again. Matt
No.
Bear's never really been in the goat talk, but that's because the king owns goats.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I haven't been around long enough, but from what I've seen, when this dude is around, I don't get why he isn't in the GOAT talk. I mean, if you look at the drivers, he's only got one drivers' championship, I believe. Is that correct?
I cannot say.
It's in our
got at
notes
least
here. Jake, while
But
I'm
see, I don't-
controlling cameras, look at that. I believe he's only got one drivers' championship, but he's got like 4 car owner championships that he's driven for.
But see, there's where though, like him and Brent have been swapping back and forth because he can't be there all the
Right,
time.
right.
So that's what's nice about the owners' championship, the drivers' championship. Like, you can win in multiple ways.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know why he hasn't been in the GOAT talk. I mean, he's done
Everything
he's done it all.
that I've seen since I've been around this league, he certainly would have to be in the modern day GOAT talk. You know, like I don't know what happened in this league 10 years ago. I'm slowly learning
Well,
XCAL
Luke Turpin-
history. You know, but
Luke, when I came into XCAL, it was Luke Turpin that was the GOAT. Like, he was the guy, and he was going to smoke y'all. and he kind of left. But as he left, we had Austin Edwards enter the picture, and he kind of took over and started beating on the goat. And he was rattling the goat's cage. Turpin was getting a little upset. Austin would beat him here and there. Well, Austin stuck around. Luke fell off, so Austin's the new goat. And then now, after Austin, there was him and Octavio, and it was a tight battle.
Well, I mean, Octavio and Matt Bear certainly have history. I mean, look at the finale race of last season.
Matt Bear was even good, though. When Luke Turpin was there, Matt Bear was still good. He's been good through all these changes with the GOAT, but he's never been in the talk. Looks like Steve's in a pit.
Here he comes, finally. I mean, he's held it out there for a while. So where are we at now? We're at 2:03 for him. So he's going to be able to really short fuel this here. This will be interesting to see where he comes out here, because this is going to be, as you can see, quite a few of the guys where you can't see. So we'll just have to. I wish I could show you guys that pit road times. So these last stops, for example, Matt Bear's stop was only a total of 52 seconds in the box. So that's 10 to 12 seconds faster than previous pit stops in the race, and that's because he obviously doesn't need the full fuel load now to go, all the way to the end. So it'll be curious to see what Steven Rex can do here. The way he's been going longer each stop, I've been waiting for this stop to see if this is going to be the one that throws him up front. He said his car was fast tonight, and he said he didn't even show at all last night in the qualifying heats. So he is out of his pit box at 44 seconds.
He's going to snag Bear and Meckus.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to be right there.
Oh, yeah.
3 car.
Yeah,
he's going to get it.
It's going to be close. I think he's going to come out in second.
I tell you what, let's see here.
That was the money stop right there, and that just elevated Steven. Now let's see if Rex can, what he's got, what he's got in the tank here to, if he can run Matt Bear down.
I'm looking, Jim. I can't find anything on as far as that. Maybe I'm looking in the wrong area or whatever.
The big
but
white
I can't
sheet he
find
gives
it.
us with the green and red stuff highlighted?
Yeah.
All right, look under Matt Bear. He's in the middle of the page, number 67, and it talks about the King of XCAL.
Championship as a driver in 2021, drove for Austin Edwards. 2023. Edwards won the championship for the team.
Yep.
So
that's what it is.
Teams championship. Yeah. So he's got team championships.
Several.
It just he's got several team championships. It just doesn't look like he's actually won a driver's championship.
He did win the first one. He says in 2021. Oh no, maybe not.
Team championship as a driver in 2021.
All right, but what about the number championship? Are you saying team as a team owner, or like the team car
yes,
number?
Yes, the team he's driven for has won the championship numerous times.
But he is responsible, and I can testify to this because I've seen Matt Bear. He's one of the main focal points for that team winning a championship every time.
Yes, of course.
And he carries his weight, and it's like he knows though. He's just consistent. He's kind of like.
So does he just
like
not make enough events to win the drivers' championship because of? I know his work schedule is causes an issue.
So because I think he is limited on time. So here's a Matt Bear story. I think I might have made Matt mad. There was a year in XCAL you had to qualify into the race. And Matt was running for a championship that year. He wanted to run for the championship. It was the first race of the year. Matt didn't make it in. He did not make it in. He was trying to Darryl Waltrip his way into the show. He was. And he asked about taking my spot. And I said, nah, I wanted a spot. So I don't remember if he did get a spot or not. I think he actually won the championship still that year. So, but yeah, there was a little frustration, I think, with me. I think I felt bad. I ended up sponsoring his car.
Well, that's generous of you.
Very generous of you. So sweet. That's so sweet.
I try to be, once in a while. I don't know if he's gonna. I think Steve's gonna rattle his cage, and then that's Ryan Seams.
I mean, Steve's coming.
Too.
Steve is coming.
Well,
look.
And you don't think Ryan Seams is gonna try to get on Matt Bear's nerves?
Yeah, of course he would. Why wouldn't he?
Yeah, I know he is. He's planning it.
Yeah,
I
but
would be.
let's be. But if I'm being honest, I don't think that Ryan can get there. I don't.
He is slacking.
I mean, he's down the lap. I don't see him getting there. But Steven is
Hope
there.
He does.
And I'm wondering if Matt potentially short fueled just a little bit, thinking that he could still coast like he did last run and stay out front. But Steven,
he's giving it to him.
Steven's putting it on him right now.
He goes down to the inside. Rex goes to the inside trying to get the lead. Ryan Seams getting closer and closer to the back door. Matt Bear, he may end up being able to get to it. Rex goes to the front here tonight in Iowa. Oh, baby, Bear better watch his back door, make something happen. And Rex pitted later, obviously, than Bear did. 197, Rex there as well. Here comes Ryan Seams, going to try to mix it up with him.
We still got plenty of time in this race.
Oh,
yeah. Just enough for Seams and Bear to get together like they did. It's the last time they were on the track together.
Can he help me this time? And hey, Dave, he jumped ahead of Alex Goodall, too.
Well, what happened there was, if I'm being honest, Steven was given a hard run to pass there, and I think that Matt slid up the track to let him go by, and when he did, he got up into the crap up there, just like what just happened to Steven Rex, and he slipped a little bit, and that's what let Seams get to his bumper there. We'll see. We'll see if he can do that again. If he can get to him again now.
I got to say, Steve's going to be my pick. If I had to pick a pick right now, Steve's my pick.
So I'm not sure what happened here, but let's see. Probably want to go full speed.
It's Jose Gattino.
No.
Or excuse me, no, that's not. No, that's Alex Goodall. Oh, wow.
Took a straight left-hand turn. That, to me, looks like an equipment failure, I have to say.
He might have actually looked, and, it could be a possible equipment issue. It could have been he actually heard something about that he's got enough money to get that Happy Meal, so he went and got it.
No, he's already tore up. Look at the front end of that car.
Oh, yeah, he's screwed.
Oh, yeah, that car's tore up already.
He went to the wrong window for the Happy Meal.
Ooh, dude. He jumped the curb getting in there or something. All right, let me see here. I'm going to try to figure out a second. Real quick, one more try, and then try to jump backwards and see. All right, he's still good here. Let's see what happens. As we see, he's coming up behind the Gattino here, his teammate.
Still good.
Yeah, no, I'm waiting to see. I jumped back far enough that because it doesn't show the incident happen. So I just jumped back far enough that I knew we could catch it. Oh, there it is. Look, I thought he was coming up off the corner there and going to hit the wall. I'm thinking at some point he's got to lose it and tag the outside walls. I'm thinking it's going to happen. Oh, no. Oh, no, it's locked over right there. Okay, that was an equipment failure, 100%. It wasn't tore up. That's what happens when your steering wheel fails. It locks to the left. So it just locked over on him. So he had an equipment failure there. Yep. Gerald just confirmed that. Wheel disconnected, power deal. Yep. Ooh. I mean, look, as much as I like having fun with old Happy Meal and everything, I hate to see anybody suffer because of connection issues or equipment failures. Look,
Absolutely.
if you wreck yourself on the track, that's your business, whatever. But when something gets in the way of that, like an equipment failure or an internet connection, I hate to see that for anybody.
Especially here, that these guys work all week to get their setups right.
Right. And not to mention, we're already
PMP and
2 hours
stuff.
in this damn race.
Yeah.
We've been on air for 2 hours right now. These guys have been here. They qualified last night. They put in the time, and to lose it with, 25 laps to go in this race, that's horrible.
That's what makes it like if you have a slight hiccup, getting off pit road speeding, getting caught up in a stupid wreck, it does make you legitimately mad because you had to do maybe some practice, whether you had a penalty or whatever, but you had to do practice. You have to build a setup with a team all week, and then you come out here and then you get screwed by something dumb.
Right. Yeah. No. That's 100%. And not to mention these guys. A lot of them race in other series too. They put a lot of time. To be this good.
I know Steve's had a lot of practice here at Iowa, so I still trust him. He's going to catch Matt.
I'm waiting to see. He looked good there.
It sounds like they're still clutching. They're backing way out of it. So we still got a fuel.
I mean, maybe. It just depends on how they, how much fuel they took on that pit stop.
I feel like Ryan's going to help Steve. No matter what, just to screw Matt.
It could be, for sure. But, and Matt did stay behind him. Steve did stay behind him for a little bit there as, Ryan was up ahead of him for several laps there. And then just a lap or two ago, Rex went back by him again. But he's closing on Matt, but I'm not sure if he's closing, if that's just Matt controlling the race at this point, and saving where he can, If anybody would have short fueled there, I think it would have been Bear because he led that whole entire third stint there. He was out in front. He was not in a pack at all the entire time. And
still going hard.
It seems like he is anyway. Let's see.
Yeah, so that's got my head scratching. What I do like about XCAL is that they ain't allowed to talk. I think Aaron's got...
Well, they have a talk channel if they want to talk, but it ain't the main channel.
Yes, they are given the chance to have that. But if you don't lock in on it, you accidentally mic up and you speak on all comms, boop, you're muted, you're done for everything. So...
By the way, Roll-On just pitted again, that extra pit stop that we knew he was eventually going to end up making.
And Steve's kind of lost Ryan, but hasn't lost a Bear.
Huh.
Yes.
And the cool thing was, honestly, guys, Bear had it out to close to about a second and a half. At one point, Rex is starting to reel it back in. Got it at 3/4 of a second now.
Is that
coming this time at 20 to go?
Is that just Matt controlling the race, though? Saving fuel where he can to make sure? Or is
I think so.
Or is it legit that Steven is faster than him? That's the thing. If you look at the telemetry on the cars, look where, get an idea where Matt is lifting, because that's how you're going to save fuel here. You're going to lift a little bit earlier and let it roll in.
Mm-hmm.
So if you
but
look,
you got to carry them RPMs to get some speed off too, because if you go in way too soft,
of course,
off. And that's the tricky part about saving fuel in a street stock.
Right, and especially at a track like this. And also, that you can overslow yourself and not be able to get off the corner.
Now here's where Roll-On, he's a new car owner. He can make some friends. He works with Matt Bear or works with Steve Rex, helping save some fuel.
Right, but if you help one or help the other, you make a friend, but you lose a friend all at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Who do you want? Who would you rather be your friend, Matt Bear or Steve Rex?
I think the obvious answer there initially would be Matt Bear. But Bear's not racing every week. You know, who
When
potentially?
he is, he's right up front.
Yes, but you know, who could do you more good over the course of the long haul? And who would do you more? You know, is Bear going to go out of the way to help you, a rookie? You know, or is, you know, would Rex be the guy that would go out of his way to help you?
I can tell you this with Rex is I wouldn't want my face on a pillow. So
That's a true
Just,
story. Boy, that ain't no
Nope.
joke, huh?
don't put my face on a
So
pillow.
I tell you, we got a good soundbite last week in the, you know, that he'd be drinking his dinner through a straw. You know, from Richie Joplin, and now this week we got, you know, the visual of him stroking the. Oh, I probably shouldn't have said stroking. That was probably the wrong word.
Oh, dear
there.
Lord.
Yeah, stroking the pillow between his legs there.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Wiping his ass with it, but you know. Anyway, I tell you what, I don't see this gap closing down anymore.
Nah, not anymore. I mean, Bear is starting to open it up. He's got it out in about a second and a half
Well,
now. With 15
he's getting a
to
draft
go.
right now off of Roll-On, even though it's not going to last that long because Travis is quite a bit off the pace. But well, to put that into perspective.
Stroking the draft.
No, that wasn't. No. Bear is actually running the same lap time as Roll-On right now. So that tells you that he is clearly not running at full pace right now.
Man's
That
got
might
to
be
be
what he
just
needs.
right.
It may be what he needs, obviously, to try to make it happen. 13 coming back this time, 12 to go. Bear
Look,
got it
the
out
gap
of
is
3
huge now.
seconds.
Yeah, the gap's huge.
Damn. Yeah, it's
Steve
pretty
backed
much
up
something.
behind.
Rex
Yeah,
has
no,
got
he is,
something up right here. Either that or he is backing up in a hurry. Something amiss on Steven Rex. Damn, he's almost got it up to 4 seconds right here. Robert, what do you make of this right here? You think it's just, I mean, what the hell is Rex doing?
So I'm wondering if there is a fuel thing, but I have full faith in Matt Bear. I don't even have to ask him how much fuel he has. I know Matt's probably going to make it.
Right.
To me, Steve backed up to Ryan, but Steve was trying to save fuel the whole time. Matt just seems like he can do whatever he wants. And he landed
agree.
here with 2 cars.
I think that it may be that Rex is the one who underfueled his car slightly, trying to
I feel like
that.
Rex could do that.
Trying to get that big jump on pit road, and you know, and I think that he's suffering for it right now, and we're one lap away from this thing going to the end.
Still smart strategy. It gets him in second, though. It breaks him from the 66.
Oh yeah, no,
But
he's
remember,
clearly a
67,
strong,
66.
solid second.
And we're going green, I think, huh?
Yeah,
So
it's going to
we're
happen. It
done.
looks like.
Here's the good news, Matt. If you decide to run into someone that makes you mad, they're not going to throw the yellow. But bad news is you're going to sit there.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
he's
I'm
pretty much
sure he
SOL.
won't,
at
he
that
won't make
point.
that
Yeah.
mistake again. I don't think. Not tonight.
No.
That one's still
But if
fresh in his mind.
But if I asked Matt, would you do that move again in Phoenix? I bet he would. He wouldn't care.
He might
So-
would, but he probably wouldn't
Yeah.
do it tonight.
No. It's,
And
he's a
that
very
was a
smart
different
guy.
situation too. He had that race won and done. He was a whole pit stop ahead of the field. That's not the case here tonight. You know,
I'll let him around.
different.
Yeah.
Different scenario. What he threw away at Phoenix was a lot different than where the situation tonight.
That's not typical Matt Bears, though. So that's the thing. I was shocked at Phoenix when he did what he did. So I gotta wonder if there's a little more that we don't know.
I
Like,
mean,
is there-
maybe, but my guess is that it was just a bonehead move, and the second he did it, he realized, I didn't need to do that. That was dumb. You know, we've all done it. You know,
Oh yeah,
some of us more than others. You know.
I've done it a lot.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say at this point we're 6 laps to go. Matt's got this race well in hand. He's got an 8-second lead now over.
Oh yeah.
Over Steven, and Mekas is going to run. They're going to run first and third here. It's going to be a great night for them. I don't think Mekas is going to catch Rex. And then J-Dog's running a good solid fourth there. But yeah, I don't. I mean, Matt's been the king tonight. He's dominated this race.
He's damn sure has, obviously, with 5 laps to go. Unless barring something happening and Bear end up screwing himself, he's got one right behind him. That is Lautaro Lamperti, Lamborito, or however you was talking about it a while ago. But he's right behind him, obviously, in the 48. And 5 drivers on the lead lap. Everybody else a lap down or more. 4 to go right here. Bear, like I said, unless we end up having a Phoenix issue right here, Matt Bear going to walk away with this thing and damn near making it 10 seconds. Rex may back up to J-Dog right here, who has got around Brent Mekas for that 3rd spot. J-Dog might be going for the 3rd and possibly go for the 2nd, depending on how far Stephen T. Rex is falling off right here.
Wow.
I see Joplin and Lamborito made a pass there. Matt's kind of put himself in between some cars here.
Yeah,
I think he's still safe. I
mean, he's,
That's
he's got a big enough lead that he should probably just let Roland go by too, just to make sure that he doesn't get caught in anything. Wow, Matt just blinked there apparently because it jumped off in his car.
I thought I seen someone else blink. I think it was Burrito.
Everybody kind of blinking, having issues up here. Bear, though, got it in a right at seconds. Works his way off of turn number 4. Coming back this time, he will take the white flag last lap for the king, Matt Bear Sr. through 1 and 2. Bear down on the bottom side. Jim, I ain't talking about it all night long. In the cellar where Grandpappy has the moonshine for Granny, the shortest distance around here at Iowa Speedway. 3 and 4, final lap. He may be the GOAT. King Matt Bear by 10, almost 11 seconds over Stephen T. Rex. Bear gets the win here tonight at Iowa. What a win for the king, Matthew Bear Sr. And right behind him, check it out. Woo, what a battle for the 3rd spot. 2nd, Mekas got J-Dog in the final turn. Was able to flip-flop it up and get a 3rd out of it. J-Dog will get 4th. Jack McKee going to round out the top 5 as you see Ryan Seams back here. Latching on as well. Everybody pretty much white flag at the end of this thing. And Matt Bear, the king himself, gets it done here tonight in Iowa.
And apparently your boy Mauji had an incident, man. Look at the front of his car.
I'm saying.
Did you see that? You can see that whole, almost the whole damn right side tire there. All right. Well, that was a good one, man. That was good, exciting, fun racing right there. All right, let's take a look here. Let's get all this stuff off the screen. And we'll turn those little thingies off, and we'll get us some results up here.
Yeah, get some little thingies off, kind of see what we got right here for the
thingies first,
Yeah, get the little thingies lined up. Well, here we go. Race results here for Iowa for the XCAL Racing WebShop Series. Obviously, 250 laps here tonight, 221, and rounded off 221 miles. 16 green flag lead changes for 6 different drivers. Put a big goose egg in the cautions column. No cautions for no laps. Obviously, J-Dog Seams, the hard charger, up 9 spots with the king himself, King Matthew Bear Sr., leading the most laps of 154. Fastest lap will go to J-Dog Seams, with the pole award being King Matthew Bear Sr. So he pretty much ended up sweeping it here tonight because he gets the win. Stephen T. Rex ended up finishing in 2nd. Brent Mekas 3rd. We'll talk to those drivers here in just a second. J-Dog Seams, a hard charger. He will get 4th. Jack McKee will round out the top 5. Ryan Seams will finish 6th with Jose Godino end up finishing in 7th. Richie Joplin ends up finishing in 8th. Laturo Lamberti, however you want to look at the Butcher, he's got all kinds of damn nicknames. He ends up getting 9th, and David Mauji ends up finishing 10th. The biggest loser, I like to talk about it all the time, Jim, obviously, is Travis Rowland. Down 5 spots. Richie Joplin, also one of the biggest losers. He was down 5 spots from where he started. But Travis Rowland had a couple pit stops he had to take care of. He gets 11th with Happy Meal himself, Alex Goodall, finishing in 12th. And Sean Andrews rounds out the 13 drivers here tonight here at Iowa. Well, Jim, what do you say we round up these podium finishers, see what we got going on? And why not? We'll bring him up here. The king himself, King Matthew Bear, getting the win here tonight at Iowa. Yeah, man, I mean, buddy, congratulations on the win. Real quick, I got to ask you, we were talking about this up in the broadcast booth up here. Was you having flashbacks from Phoenix just a little bit when you were trying to close this thing out?
A little bit, but not really, just knowing that I wasn't going to make that mistake again. I'm being a little aggressive at Phoenix. It is what it is. Nothing you can really do about that. Would I make the move again? Yeah, 50-50, depending on who's on my outside, if I know they're going to give it to me or not. If they ain't going to give it to me, I'll just sit and beat them by a lap anyways. But, I mean, what can you say? What's that, like 4 out of 5? Great season to start off the year. I mean, not really too much to say on top of it, except showed up, whooped ass again.
So I had a question for you, and you pretty much summed it up exactly the way I figured you would. That situation at Phoenix. Obviously probably wouldn't. You immediately realize that it wasn't the smartest move given the situation you were in, especially with the fact that you were going to be a whole entire pit stop shorter than the field. Whereas tonight was a little different. You were on the same pit stop cycle. There were guys that were even a little longer. On that last run, did you shortchange yourself on fuel there at all, or were you on your last stop, or did you were pretty comfortable there going to the end?
I mean, we went right at the border of it for the most part. I think I maybe went +2 just to be on the safe side. But we definitely got away with not going full right there. But, I mean, not a lot, but 8 seconds worth of fuel.
Right.
So,
right. And I think that's what Rex. We're going to find out with Steven when we get him up here. My guess is that he tried to undercut you a little bit and cut his fuel even shorter, and I think ultimately he had to kind of back off there. I think to get home, it would be my guess, because he clearly got off the pace just a little bit. It seemed like you were kind of controlling the pace of the race there at the end. You go as fast as you wanted, and just kept them a couple seconds behind until you just opened it up.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes down to the drafting aspect of that, it completely changes everything fuel mileage-wise. Because you'll go from being able to run an extra 4 to 5 laps that you would normally be able to get if you're in draft the whole entire run, to getting spread out past that 1 second marker, or 0.8 of a second marker, where you can't save that fuel anymore that you're wanting to save. You have to go, or you're going to lose even more time. So it's really a fine line at that point when you're trying to conserve that gas, because you either, if you're able to stay with the leader, you're absolutely able to do that. Or even with the cars that you're trying to battle in front of you, it doesn't even have to be the leader. But whenever you get to that point where you're getting that 1 second barrier broken and you're not in the draft, and you've taken the exact amount of fuel that you need to get to the finish line, it puts you in a bind at that point, because you're expecting to be able to go out there and run a certain way for those amount of laps, and instead of being able to conserve that extra little bit every single lap, you're forced to having to go in there driving it as deep as you can and getting on the throttle as early as you can and full send down the straightaway the whole entire time.
So to put that into perspective for people at home watching, the run before the very last run there, you were pretty much out in front with no draft help that entire run. Like, how many laps of did you lose in that run? Was that run shorter for you than the previous runs? Because
No, if I had to full send save and I wanted to be able to go as long as I could on a set of tires, I could go 71.
oh, wow.
I think some 70, 71, somewhere right around there. It was a long way. Now, granted, it would have been a full conserve, just digging as hard as I can, trying to stay with the guys in front of me. But I feel confident I could have got 68 guaranteed, probably 70 if I'm able to stay in that draft and not have to use my stuff up to keep up with them throughout the run.
Interesting. Well, all right.
Yeah,
Well,
it's a
congratulations,
big
man.
gap.
You showed up, and like you said, you showed up and just opened up a can of whoop ass, on everybody here tonight. I mean, you controlled this race from beginning to end. You took the lead, stayed up front. When you wanted to go back and conserve fuel, you did, and when you wanted to go back to the front, you did that as well. So, great job tonight, man. Just another fantastic run from you. I just wish you could make a few more races.
Well, here soon we're going to be getting there. I've got probably another, what is it, April the 7th. Realistically, I've got probably another month, 5 weeks before I should be back in the car full time. And by then, I assume that I'm going to be good to go for the remainder of the season.
Oh, well, that's good news. All right.
So, yeah, hopefully. And if I get a rain out in baseball, there might be a pop-in on a random night where I'm not even qualified in the car, and I show up and I'm going to race. So we'll just have to wait and see what Mother Nature has in store for us.
All right.
Yeah, good old Mother Nature always ends up playing or throwing us a curveball every chance that it can. Well, Matt, buddy, congratulations once again on the win here in Iowa in the cornfields. Appreciate your time. You got any sponsors, any shout-outs you want to thank?
Yeah, man, got to give a shout-out to Brent. He gave me the setup. Without that, I had absolutely no chance. DRE, Sim Racer Hub, Admin Box, the IAP, Broken Record, Track Cams, J-Dog Carpentry, and obviously the web shop. But yeah, man, it's just a big group effort here tonight to get it done and start on the pole and put it in victory lane. That's a hell of a way to send it off.
Hell of a way to send it off. King Matthew Bear gets the win here at Iowa. Matt, buddy, congratulations on the win. Appreciate your time. And when you talking about a send off, so you ain't coming back next week, right? You gonna be out for
Yeah, I'm realistically
a while, like you was talking about.
Yeah, I know that I'm not gonna make it next week, barring rain. So
Rain.
possibly in 2 weeks, possibly because I don't know for sure yet, but guaranteed you're probably going to see me in a month and a half, guaranteed. You can about put that in the books.
Put it in the books and put it in the record books for XCAL. King Matthew Bear gets the win here tonight, Matt. Like I said, congratulations on the win. Appreciate your time. We'll see you hopefully next week, barring rain, but if not, we'll see you in about a month, buddy.
All right, brother. Y'all have a good night.
That was obviously the King Matthew Bear. We'll go to second place finisher. I'm curious on this one. Stephen T. Rex ends up getting second out of this whole deal. Stephen, I'll just ask the elephant in the room question. What the hell happened? I mean, you were up his ass, and then all of a sudden you're 11 seconds back. What happened?
Yep, I ran short on fuel. So coming up to the run before the last pit stop, Jason 88, he got loose. And I don't know if you noticed me running through the grass. That set us back about that little pack. That set me back about a second and a half from Gerard, or not Gerard, from Matt. And I don't know what happened, where like how Matt got so far out in front. But we weren't catching him in that pack. And yeah, I just don't know what happened. Like I couldn't do anything. So that slowed me down with Jason. And then I was coming in the pits and I was calling I was coming in, and Dave Mauger got in the back of me a little bit and upset the car, and I thought I was going to crash coming into pit road. And that was just enough, so I ended up exiting out of the pits early. And I thought I could save it, but Matt was a little better on fuel.
Well, I really was expecting you to short pit that last pit stop anyway, based on the strategy you were clearly running all night, which was you were going longer than everybody pretty much. Well, certainly all the main leaders up front, Matt and Brent, and you were going, going a lap or two longer, and that had built up, and I fully expected you to be able to cut some time on that last stop. But like you said, ultimately you probably cut it just a little too short, and then had to save. But either way, it would have put you back several seconds either way. But you still came home with a good points night, good strong second place finish tonight. Like you said, your car was strong. You said that pre-race when we talked to you, and apparently you didn't have any issues with your buddy running around out there tonight. He was.
I don't even know where he's at. I didn't see him the whole race.
Well, he was. Let's just say he was burritoing tonight back there. But no, you good run tonight though. Seriously. And
yeah,
like
no,
I said,
appreciate it.
had you not had that little incident, that I would have loved to have seen if you could have got the amount of fuel that you really wanted there. If you'd have had something for him at the end, because I know he didn't give himself a ton of space on fuel, so if you'd have been good on fuel, I question whether you might have been able to get by him.
Yeah, I would have liked to race Matt at the end there, and like I said, I'm guessing I lost 2.5, 3 seconds in that last stint coming up to that pit stop, and man, it's a little disappointing because I was. I was in a Discord with Brent and Matt, and I was telling them, like, I thought on that last pit stop I was going to be a straightaway ahead of the field, and those little incidents it didn't work for me. But what else am I going to do, right? So it's still second place is a good finish.
No, I mean you set yourself up, for a good finish, and like you said, it didn't work out this time for whatever reason, but. You got to put yourself in those spots, first of all. You got to get there and get yourself, you did all the strategy and everything you need to get there. It'll, maybe it'll work out better next time. But either way, good, solid finish tonight for sure.
Yep, thanks. And I'd just like to thank, you guys for putting this on, MotorMouth Broadcasting, XCAL Racing, the web shop, J-Dog's Carpentry, Souk Up Signature Concrete, Admin Box, Rex's Garage, Flamin' Karma, and all the guys over at Riding Dirty that helped me with the setups.
Riding Dirty, baby. Gotta love it. Obviously, Stephen T. Rex, buddy, congratulations on the P2 here tonight. Appreciate your time. We'll see you next week.
Yep, see you later, guys.
That was Mr. Stephen T. Rex. Ends up coming home with a P2 here tonight. Jim, I mean, I was kind of curious about that. I figured he had to be short. Something had to be amiss on what the whole deal was on that. Obviously, I was very curious about that. But go to third place finisher, obviously. And it is Brent Meckes comes home with the third here tonight. Brent, buddy, congratulations on the third. You and J-Dog had a hell of a battle going on right there at the end of it. You come home with third, buddy. Congratulations on the finish. Tell us about it.
Yeah, I mean, we probably added some excitement there. I don't know how I fell that far behind in fuel conservation. I know I was probably not as good coming into pit road. Then I know I wasn't as good as Matt. Matt beat me on pit road. And Steve beat me on fuel. But J-Dog came out 2 seconds ahead of me on the last fuel stop, and I'm like, what am I doing? So I had to run him down and then get past him, and then the draft is so heavy here that he could just sit behind me and save his stuff. So it was just kind of a little back and forth, and then we had a little melee ensue in front of us. Jay tried to take it under the white line, and I wasn't having any of that. So, but it was fun. I mean, it was fun. I'm really happy. One in first and third for the team, and I think we made a big dent in the point lead, which is good. Yeah, so it was a pretty good race. I mean, we had a really good strategy. We took off, and I mean, I think I stayed in pretty much in the top 5 the whole night.
Yeah, good, solid overall. Good strategy. Obviously, Matt was fast. I mean, he does get on and off pit road. Just so you know, on that last pit stop, just for the, I'm sure you saw this on your own information, but you know, total time down pit road and off, he was 6 seconds faster than you, and but that was pretty much almost all of it was made in the box because of the shorter amount of fuel he took. So, you know, you didn't do yourself. You certainly didn't put yourself to shame or anything with you know, compared to getting down the pit road at the same speed as Matt. You just, you know, he's just such a phenomenal at saving fuel and getting the right amount of fuel, and you know, he's
and going that fast and saving all that fuel.
It's amazing. What to me the most impressive part of that was that third run there. He stayed out front without a car to help him the entire run, and still save fuel and manage to you know, to continue his stretch and strategy there. That's not easy to do, you know, and he didn't come back to the pack there to save the fuel. He just stayed out all by himself that entire run, and that is, as you know, is so hard to do.
Yeah, that's really hard to do. Although Rex had a really good strategy, and he almost pulled it off.
He did.
I think he just shorted himself a little bit on fuel to be able to,
and I think
try to challenge Matt.
Ultimately, he got into a couple little incidents that knocked him back a few seconds, which, you know, I think caused him to take a little less fuel to try to jump Matt, you know, and in the end it didn't work out. But yeah, he did. I agree with you. He extended his pit stops out. It was a good strategy. He was certainly put himself into a good spot to get a win, and he still was out there far enough ahead of you that, you know, in your situation you couldn't really run him down with your fuel and everything. And but it was good to see you come back and get that third from J-Dog there at the end.
Yeah, I was able to run him down really quick, but I couldn't get away from him to save my life. Even when I tried to get away from him, that guy just stayed right there. I was like, son of a bitch, I'm just going to burn my shit up.
Like chasing after the hot girl and she gives you an STD. You chase after her, but then she won't leave you alone.
Yeah, and then he tried to take me under the white line, and I was like, no, you're not going down there.
Oh,
but that was fun.
The wisdoms,
it was exciting.
The wisdoms of Rob that just come out of nowhere.
Yes, that's good.
You know,
well, at least we made it a little.
2.5 hours into the gummy, and you get the wisdoms of Rob that just appear out of nowhere. But look, Brent, great night as far as the team goes. Good night for the 66, getting it up in points some. And, you know, obviously the 67, obvious that did a good number on the points for that car. But I'm sure you jumped the 66 up quite a bit tonight as well, too, with a good third-place run. And when you can get him back and full-time later in the season, maybe you can work on getting both the cars up there in the owners' standings, you know?
Yeah, I'm going to work on getting a sub driver, hopefully, possibly for next week. I think I get one for next week, and we'll see what can happen, because I think I got a good one for that, and that way I won't have to run the 67, put him in the 67. So we'll see. I may have a surprise for you guys.
Well, I'm now you got me curious. I can't wait to find out.
Maybe it's me.
Yeah, maybe. Could be.
It could be.
Then again,
the hell knows.
It might not be.
Probably.
The hell knows. Who the hell knows? I mean, that would be an interesting, very entertaining, to be honest with you.
Yes.
Brent, buddy, you come home with third here tonight. Congratulations on the run. Appreciate your time. You got any sponsors, any shout-outs you want to thank?
Yeah, shout out to you guys for putting on the show. I'll definitely be watching it. Flaming Karma Paint Job, Admin Box, Sim Racer Hub, J-Dog Carpentry, even though we almost killed each other tonight, and the XCAL Web Shop. I know, just to put this out here, and Rob, you may know this joke right now, but talking about the web shop, I know there's been some requests about a certain number and a certain driver's G-string. And that's all I'm going to say. And
You guys thought...
it's by Matt Pelletier. He's looking for a G-string. We haven't found one on the web shop yet, but he's looking for one.
Well,
they thought my Lamborghini picture was bad. Now you got Brent talking about G-strings.
It wasn't my
depends on
idea.
who's modeling the G-string is really.
It wasn't my idea, but if one goes up there, we're getting one from Matt Pelletier. I'm telling you that right now. Especially after last night's little escapade.
There's no telling.
Yeah, no.
Idea. I'm just going to say this. Brent brings up about a G-string. Before the race, who was talking about rubbing a pillow between their ass cheeks? I'm just saying.
Well, that's true. So,
Stephen Rex G-string.
On that note, I think it's probably just time to tell people to go to the web shop and get some of those new mugs or some of those fine new T-shirts. I believe there's like 9 or 10 new T-shirts on the web shop this week or last week. Came out, and you don't have to wipe your hind end with them like apparently you do the Lamborghini pillow, and I mean you certainly could tie one into a G-string if that's what you so desired, but you never know. We may see a G-string in the future.
We'll see.
Stephen Rex in the front, Lamborghini in the back.
Oh my God,
my Lord!
There we go. I am that right there. That's time, Jake. Say goodnight, Jake.
Yeah, I think we're getting ready to say goodnight. Brent, buddy, congratulations on the finish. Appreciate your time. We'll see you next week.
All right, take care. We'll see you next week, guys.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we need to go ahead and get ready to say goodnight before it starts getting interesting. Jim, buddy, real quick, your final take here tonight at Iowa, sir.
Good fun night, man. It's good to have, the King, Matthew the Bear here, and overall just glad to see some fun racing. I love the strategy involved. To be honest with you, I love Gerald Poole's insight that he shares with us along the way. Guy's got a lot of knowledge about this series and these cars, and as a car owner, he is well invested in all aspects of this. It's not, he knows down to the liter of fuel and the tires, and I love that. And, I appreciate his sharing the information that he does. It helps make the broadcast better across the board. Another great night. Always appreciative of you. Appreciate you even dealing with a sick child that you still came in here and did this with us tonight. And then I just got to say I'm appreciative of Rob and his burrito, I guess.
Hell yeah.
Give it a little hell yeah, I guess you can sell that burrito. Robert, obviously, buddy, we got to get, let you get your final say, obviously, real quick before we send it off. Robert, your final take here tonight here at Iowa, sir.
I had fun. It was nice watching some old school race cars go around here. You guys run a very nice broadcast. I got to say, I've seen a lot of broadcasts. You guys running a very nice ship here, with all the graphics and all the info. There's a lot of info that other people don't share. So it's kind of interesting watching the fuel strategy, who had the fastest lap here, there, everywhere. So it's fun. And, thanks for having me.
Always. You definitely add to this broadcast as well. So sometimes more than others, clearly.
I try.
Thanks a lot. If I don't even know who the hell you. I mean, I don't know if you was talking about me or who you.
No, I was talking about
who you
him.
was talking about me.
Him. He
Oh,
adds.
okay.
He adds to the
Okay.
broadcast sometimes more than others, but nevertheless,
More than needed.
sometimes more than needed. Yeah.
It's been a long day. Let's close this sucker out.
Sometimes it's exactly what we need.
Nice.
Oh, it's been a long day, folks. It really has. Like I said earlier, I apologize for being a little bit late at the start of it. But I mean, hey, my son's gonna come first. Always will. But we still got to see a pretty good one here tonight. Obviously, with the XCAL WebShop Series here at Iowa. And King Matthew Bear, by God, I'm telling you, he needs to be the GOAT. If he's not in that GOAT conversation, somebody needs to get something figured out and figure out exactly why the hell he is not, as he gets to win by damn near 12 seconds over Steven T-Rex, who gets second, Brett Becca's third, obviously. And we'll see what happens when we go at it next week. But folks, that is going to do it here for this broadcast, obviously here on MotorMouth Broadcasting. Got to thank all the great sponsors that have a hand here with this great league. I mean, just so many of them. I mean, we've heard it time and time again, all the great sponsors that have a hand in this. So thank you very much to each and every one of them. I don't like to call them out, Robert and Jim, because I'm going to end up forgetting somebody, and I don't need the hate mail for somebody to come at me. You son of a bitch, you forgot us. Well, here you go. Every single sponsor with XCAL, thank you very much for y'all, for what y'all do, for making this great league what it is today. Got to thank all the drivers, y'all. I mean, every damn one of them putting on a hell of a show. Fans, y'all come out in big numbers, especially Gerald Poole out there, obviously, giving us his insight. And obviously Aaron Hellebush allowing us to come in here and be ourselves, entertain you, the fans. For my good buddy, obviously co-commentating, helping us out a little bit, Robert Cogan. And also the boss himself of MotorMouth Broadcasting, Mr. Big Jim Cunningham. I'm the redneck announcer, Jake Reeves. Said as always, say, be safe, be kind, and be fast. Round 11 in the books. Cornfields of Iowa. We're going from cornfields to where they make big-ass cheese. Milwaukee Mile. Next Tuesday night, going to be a good one. 200 laps, 200 miles. Same time, same channel with XCAL WebShop Series. You're going to see it all on MotorMouth Broadcasting. Folks, get the cheese, get the wine, get the milk, however the hell you go with the cheese. We'll see you there, folks. Bye for now.